Yeah, good morning and welcome to the program. My name is Jerry Small, Robin Small, otherwise known sometimes as Bongo Jerry Small. Best FM broadcasting from Montego Bay, the first outside broadcast with which I have been associated with Best FM over the years. I started back here yesterday. We are in Montego Bay today. Blacker Ellis's program, The Morning Connection. They have piled up the score and give me an opportunity to try to do. No, we don't try. We try, but we do. We don't bother mention trying. We do continue to pile up the scores, especially when I have the companies of ladies and young people. Old people must not do without young people, and males must not do without females. With those combinations, we always are guaranteed to complete the job. Now we're broadcasting here from the Heinz Simonich. Heinz Simonich, and I've known this name and known him from many years ago, at least 40, 50 years of familiarity with that name in Jamaica. I think he came here from Switzerland or Germany, which one? From Austria, and done a lot in the tourism industry, hospitality industry in Jamaica. Also philanthropy, of which this school is an example, the establishment of the school. It was established in 1998, ma'am? That's the voice of the principal, isn't it? Yes, sir. May you introduce yourself for my audience?
Sure. Good morning, everyone. I'm Tamar Mackenzie. I'm the head of school for the Heinz Simonich School here in Montego Bay, St. James.
The theme for today is the first of Child's Month. You know, May is recognized in Jamaica as Child's Month. You know, you have all different months of the year in many countries celebrated in order to remind people of the importance of this, that, or the other. You have Mother's Day significantly in Child's Month. How appropriate is that, isn't it, ma'am?
It is. You don't have the children without the mothers.
I couldn't. No father has ever brought forth children. But life is good, and life is great. And the theme for the Child's Month is from classroom to community, recognizing teachers as pillars of nation building. Is this a theme of the school?
This is a theme of the school.
That's great. A lot of people know, especially me whose mother was a teacher and her father was a teacher, know that teachers do more parenting in countries like Jamaica. In countries like Jamaica, teachers do more parenting than biological parents of the young people. And we depend so much on our schools to guide our children, especially since maybe half of our families are supervised by one parent, usually the mother. And therefore is at school, both through the classroom and the playing field and the extracurricular activities that teachers impart parenting to these young people. And even after school, outside of school, there's so much care that teachers are in effect parents. In the summer?
Very true, very true.
I heard what some of your students referring to you that a while ago.
You see, one of the things that we have to realize is that if we really want to impact our children, they have to trust us and they have to believe in us. And you really only get that from engaging with them, listening to them. You can't buy into what you've never heard. You can't buy into what you don't believe in. So you have to bridge that gap.
Now, the Heinz Simonich, right?
Heinz Simonich.
The Heinz Simonich, what, foundation or school?
School.
The Heinz Simonich School in partnership with Eagle Net Security Company Limited, Sixth, S-I-X-T.
Correct, Sixth Rent-A-Car.
Rent-A-Car, Bigley Landscaping and Maintenance Company Limited, Liberty Training Center.
Learning Center.
I'm so sorry.
Liberty
Learning Center.
In Tower Isle, St. Mary.
Tower Isle, St. Mary. Neo Vaughn's Hair and Nail Care Salon, we just heard the proprietor in interview there, and Gateway Credit Union are sponsoring this broadcast, and Best FM and myself, Jerry Small, Black Isles, I can speak on, our technical operator, Franz, all appreciate the fact that the sponsorship guarantee the success of this interaction here.
We have the principal for Liberty Learning Center. I mean, I think I was sharing with Blacker earlier this morning. When you look at where we are, to have a school sponsoring a school, it really shows you that everything is possible because collaboration is key. And she's here. She's here with us. She's online. She wants to share a little bit with us. Mrs. Rosemary Brent Harris is on the line with Franz. Franz can connect her for us, Jerry. Hi, Rosie. Good morning.
Hi. Morning, Tamar. Morning, Jerry. This is Rosemary.
Yeah, good morning.
How
morning,
are you?
Mrs. Brent Harris.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, and your school is located at Tower Isle?
Tower Isle, St. Mary.
Yes, we're in Tower Isle, St. Mary.
I think that's the first hotel that I was familiar with as a little boy growing up in Brownstown.
Oh, that's Couples, and we're directly across from Couples.
Yes, and it is good that right along the North Coast, there is cooperation in business and in life and all kind of different things, as there should be cooperation with the traveling on the road. The most cooperative people should be people like teachers, soldiers, and motorists, because when we cooperate, we get the maximum use out of the apparatus. And military establishments. I'm just talking about these things in order to frequently apparatus and various are impersonated by people. A lot of such a person and a group of people together, they are the officers of the government. They are not the government. Government's an arrangement. It's an apparatus like that.
number of police officers, a number of teachers, and different professions. We have a few lawyers, doctors, and so on. But all together, we seek to provide that learning environment that really works for our children. Coming up, we're going to be looking at our summer school, which, because we're not able to take in everybody, the summer school gives us that opportunity to invite others into our space. The children who don't come to Liberty get the chance of coming in and sharing in the summer school experience. That's one of the key things that we really focus on. And this year's summer school is going to be really extraordinary as we incorporate the physical education, the performing arts, include the drumming, the music, the dance, and so on. We're not just focused on the classroom and educational things. So right now, Mr. Derry, I want to introduce you to our head girl, Ms. Nyla Phipps. And I think Nyla really wants to talk to you a little bit about her experience here and the fact that she's leaving us in 2 months because it's heading into graduation.
Yes, is it a co-educational school? What is called co-educational, but what means really co-sex, both males and female schools? Is your school a co-educational?
Yes, we are co-educational.
Okay.
We have,
okay.
Incidentally, I think we're probably looking at a 50%, a balanced ratio of males and females. So we have over 400 students, but 200 and something boys, 200 and something girls. No great disparity.
All right, so you have Miss Nyla Phipps, you do? You have Miss Nyla Phipps there to talk to me, do you?
Yes, she's ready.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing, please?
Fine, thank you. And how are you?
Yes, and you are about to leave school, or leave that school having reached not only the highest grade, but the highest recognition as a student, being the head girl for the school. Are you?
Yes.
Yeah, ma'am. Have you been from at that school from the early grades, grade what, 7?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, there are things that you want to tell me. What is the first one?
So I just wanted to tell you that Liberty has been a great experience for me. I'm sure the sentiment is also shared by my peers. The school provides a platform that promotes high academic performance while also nurturing many talents of our students. The options for extracurricular activities are many. To name a few, we have football, debate, brownies, K-Kids, 4-H, and my favorite, the performing arts.
Oh, performing arts is your favorite. Good.
Yes. Especially that. We're actually title holders for 3 national titles for dance right now.
For dance, yes?
Yes.
And yourself, you participate in sport as well as apart from performing arts, I suppose. You participate in other things, whether other activities. Are you also a house leader?
Yes. I don't only do dance, but I also do debate club.
Oh yes.
Yes.
How is it? It always intrigued me. It always intrigued me since I was at Jamaica College as a 9-year-old. How do you debate convincingly when you are given a topic or a stance, a side of a topic that you don't fully agree with, but it is part of the debating and expression skills to defend a point?
Actually,
Pardon me?
yes, actually, we're taught about that in debate. So even if we're opposing something that we really do agree with,
Yeah.
we still have to make it very convincing that we disagree with the topic.
Yes.
That's so nice, Nyla. Congratulations,
yes.
Madam Principal.
And that does not constitute hypocrisy. The fact that you are advocating a point of view with which you don't really agree, but you are exercising your debating skills. In other words, like how you might hear people say, "Oh, well, let all ideas contend," and then we get the best out of it. So to do so is not hypocrisy, is it? Is it?
What was that?
to do so, to defend a point of view that you don't really believe in, but to practice the art of letting all ideas contend. That is not being hypocritical, like the diplomatic service when countries have diplomats who act kind to one another and the countries are really antagonistic. This is not hypocrisy. This is a way of breaking down tension and delaying conflict.
Well, we really just have to try to convince the audience.
Yes. That is great. You know, Jamaica is well admired outside of Jamaica for many different attributes, including our determination, whether on the track and field or in various things, music. What career or what kind of business do you dream or intend to operate?
I definitely want to aim to architecture when I'm older.
Oh yes, architecture. And do you concentrate on sciences or arts, or do you do both?
Two.
Pardon me?
Both.
Okay. So what else? You have about a month left in school then?
Both.
Okay.
2 months.
Yes, ma'am. It's very nice speaking to you, Miss Nyla Phipps.
What was that?
I said it has been very nice speaking to you. And thank you for having been here.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Is your principal still there?
Yes, I am.
Yes, thank you very much for having been here. And
Yes, Jerry.
yes, have we ever met in person?
Well, I've seen you, but I don't think that you will remember me. So another time I'll tell you under what condition we met.
Okay, thank you very much.
It's radio business though, but
Okay.
I'll talk to you another time.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Yes, those are the guests and the co-sponsors of this broadcast from a school across the North Coast where we are. And you know that it is said that emotional intelligence, in other words, being intelligent at the same time having emotions, not to be ruled by emotions, but to be ruled by intelligence, is usually exhibited by successful people, especially business people, because normally most people in the world only get along with people who they agree with or who they like. But it is said that business people and successful people generally exercise the ability to get along with people who they don't agree with and probably don't like. But because they know it will be good for business and success, they do so. And then after a few successes together, them start like the person. And therefore you find that emotional intelligence, a school not seeing another school as a rival, even though they are competitors in the educational industry, they don't see themselves as enemies or rivals. But it's great to know that. Yes, Madam Principal. What next do we have here today?
So next up we have Auntie Rosie, are you still with us? No, she's left us. I want to thank Liberty Learning Center for really seeing the value in partnering for this outside broadcast. I'm very happy that they came on board, and I'm sure the next time around you're doing our outside broadcast, Jerry, they'll be your hosts.
Yes,
and you'll see how we do it, corner to corner.
Yes, great.
Next up, we have two of our teachers who actually want to share their journey as educators with us, what it has been like for them, impacting the nation's children.
Teachers from the school? Yes, okay, so we have them in a short time. As usually at the beginning of my program, we usually have a preamble where I just come on and discuss something for 15 or 20 minutes. Usually the latest thing that is going on or whatever is on our mind. But today, I will make these comments a little later, but the priority now here is enjoying the hospitality of the Heinz Simonich Educational Institution. We're going to speak with two of these members of staff here, teaching staff. Aren't they teaching staff?
They're teachers. I want to introduce to you two of our teachers young, bright minds shaping the future. We have Miss Rachel Ellis with us. She's actually a part of our team that manages discipline in the school, and she's our law teacher.
What?
And she's in charge of English language for the entire high school program. And we also have with her Mr. Gallimore. So when you think of climate action champion, when you think of sustainability, this is your guy. And one of the things I'm really proud of with him, as one of the team leads as well in the space of discipline, is how he mentors, especially our young men, and develops them. He was a part of the team that brought our school to an under-19 football competition, the first time that we were able.
For private schools or
for private schools. And he did a brilliant job. I mean, outside of playing on the field, when I look at how those boys gelled and developed, it is just something remarkable. It really speaks to the caliber of person he is, with the commitment of developing. He had those boys sleeping at school, camping out, getting them ready, getting their minds ready to not just win, Jerry, but to manage the losses on the field as well.
Yes. To excel. I can tell both by hearing what you say and by observing them, because I've been observing them for more than 20 minutes. And I can tell that they love their job.
You do.
And these are the people who really excel, people who love their job. Now, my lady, you teach law, among other things.
Yes, I do.
That's lovely. Where did you first start to gather your familiarity with law?
Well, my first encounter with law came when I was in school.
Where was that?
The Montego Bay Community College. So I did law as a subject, and I recognized that this was an overwhelming passion that I possessed. And I said I could not just leave it here. I would have to further my encounter with this subject. And I recognized that over time, I had a growing love, and it just became like, it was just wonderful for me to indulge in the subject, and I decided to take it further.
Two things I want to say before I ask you to continue. Most people don't realize, but language, you teach both language and you teach law.
Yes, language.
And every subject has a language.
Every
right?
subject.
I know that you know that. Even football, every subject has a language. Now, a lot of people don't know that the word law and the word love are directly related in the language. Because as you know, it has come to the understanding of human beings that the first law that human beings learn, and all animals, is love. And we didn't invent law. Human beings discovered that there are laws in the universe which may not be violated without cost and penalty.
Okay.
That's not true. They call it the laws of nature.
Yes.
And it's by learning that nature and life has laws that human beings also realize that we can agree on some rules which become that rules. We don't rule one another. We agree on what rules all of us will comply to.
Okay.
And that orders social cohesion so greatly, not true?
Yes, most definitely.
Come on, there's more that you want to say.
Of course, I do believe that law is essential to life, and everything that we do, every move we make, every breath we take is surrounded by the law. It's very practical, and it's something that can be employed in all facets of our life.
So when a community of human beings, whether it is a family, which is the smallest community, matter of fact, you are a community because each human being has at least two minds.
Yes.
An aware human being has at least two minds. That's why you can reason with yourself. And that's why, as our Jamaicans will say, and other people, I have a good mind, do this or that, or one mind said to me, say that.
And the other said,
the other one
yes.
say. So we are a community, but outside of that, the family, the nuclear family, the small family, parents and children, street where you live on, neighborhood, village, whole island, continent, all of these are communities. But when they agree on what is allowable, there is so much ease because we know that we are familiar with what is the rule here. You drive on the left, or you say good morning, the first thing you say mommy and daddy, and everybody you see, you wish them a good day, not as a formality, but as a way of getting along with people who they know them or not.
Yes.
So English, I teach language too?
Yes, I do.
How many languages do you teach?
I teach one language, and it's the English language.
And even though all of the people in Jamaica grow knowing English, whether it is Patois or standard English, there are rules and laws
regarding
for
the
language.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
You have more to say about that.
What do I have to say?
Yeah.
Okay, so when it comes down to the English language, I love it so much. I mean, I also developed my first love for English language through my encounter with my mother, who taught English language.
Yeah.
She gave me the 4 steps of what it would mean to have a good encounter with this subject. I mean, it was always such a passion for me, and I really do enjoy it. When I'm in my class with my students, I feel as though there's a genuine connection with the subject. They love it as well. And because of my passion, it's easier for them to grasp it.
Now, there has become a fashion in Jamaica, a way of speaking. Now, language is largely conventional. In other words, whatever people agree on, that is the way of language at that time. And by the next 5 years, we might have another convention where all of us said, this is the way we speak. But at the same time, grammar and context and syntax and meaning of words are significant.
Yes, they are.
Now, there has become a fashion in Jamaica over the past 20 years. When some people want to sound impressive in language, they use grammar incorrectly, but it's a style.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, Best FM, we're all here. Franz is here, I am here, Blackwell is here. And we would have started the program this morning at 6 o'clock. But would have is a conditional. It means that we would have started the program if everything went to plan.
Yes.
But even when everything goes to plan, people still talking about would have this and would have that.
Mm.
It has become a fashion, even among well-educated people. And then our children absorb it, and to sound fashionable, almost everybody is talking about the things that happened. But they don't say it happened, they say it would have happened.
Mm. Yes.
It's not a great thing about it. It does confuse the sense of conditionality, because would have is a conditionality. If all things were equal, we would have won the relay.
Mm.
When we won the relay yesterday, today we haven't. It's not we would have won, we did win.
Yes.
But if we dropped the baton yesterday, we can report that if all things were equal and if we didn't drop the baton, we would have won the relay easily. But have you noticed it?
Yes, I have noticed it.
But I noticed that I've never heard you. By this time, most people in Jamaica know who use this kind of style of language. By the time you're talking 5 minutes, they have to start using the would have, and it just continues right through.
Mm.
I hear people talking about 2 men were sitting along the roadway near to Rosal. Can we sit along the roadway? Do we, really?
Oh, boy.
It's not important, but that was the laws of language. I was just comparing the two areas of expertise that you impart here. Language and law.
Yes.
And there's language of law and there's a law of language.
Yes.
Beautiful. Before I forget, my brother, what's your name again, sir?
Gallimore.
Gallimore, yes. And you have, what subject do you teach? Are you a coach or you deal with sports mostly or what?
No. I actually teach Cape biology.
Cape biology, good.
Social studies and geography.
Yeah, that's a wide range of Cape biology, that's a natural science. Social studies, that is a human science, or like what you call them, anthropology. Humanities, right? And the other thing is what? Geography. A lot of people don't know that geography, like is like geography comes in the study of geography comes in a similar discipline as economics.
In a sense, yes. Even at school, I try to tell some students that don't look at geography as only being a natural system, because there's human involvement as well.
Yes.
It's a three-pronged course, to be honest. There's human involvement, there's the landforms, and then there's map work.
Yes.
So you can't just look at geo and say, oh, it's just land masses I'm learning. You learn about economic systems, learn about how people thrive, prosper, make money.
Yes.
So it's a...
Around the globe.
Exactly.
And what does geo mean?
Geo, Earth.
Yes, the globe. The globe, the planet that we live on.
Exactly. Both inside and
Yes.
outside.
Because we make use of the surface, which might be land or sea. And we make use of the interior, not the interior like the forest, but the interior down below the surface of the earth and below the surface of the sea.
Exactly.
Great. And you have, your principal has told me of your spectacular, and when I say your, it doesn't mean you alone, because leadership is a teamwork.
Exactly.
Most human beings regard leadership as a charismatic thing. One person did everything. Bolt alone did everything. Norman Manley alone did everything. Marcus Garvey alone did everything. Haile Selassie alone. None of them did great things by themselves.
True.
And you, what is regarded as your achievement, because you are the leader of the team, is actually the achievement of the team. But you are the leader of the team. And the spectacular achievement was new to the competition in a very short time. What was the excellence and the excellence that she told me about?
So basically, we would have had a group of boys who would have never interacted before. These are students who are from basically grade 7 up to 6th form.
Mm-hmm.
These are persons who do not speak to each other. And you put them in a new environment to engage.
Yes.
They don't know each other, so you can imagine what's going to happen. You have a group of boys, football, you know? So basically, we had to make the team learn to appreciate each other, appreciate advice from each other. Because we had 2 captains, a 6th former and a grade 9 student, and they had to gel the team.
Is that 2 captains for our age group, like senior and coach, or 2 captains for the whole squad?
For the whole squad.
And the 9th grader is a captain for the squad too?
Yes.
Even though he's a 9th grader, so-called inferior to a 10th, 11th, or 12th grader, he is accorded respect.
Exactly. And you'd have realized that even on the team, that there are moments where they would want to break down, and the 2 captains lift them up. And you can realize that the grade 9 student had a lot of influence as well as the 6th former. So they were basically pushing the team for success. So I'm the coach, I'm sitting on the sideline work, but as a unit, they gel together. So they did what I couldn't do, which is be that 12th person for themselves.
And you played a lot of football when you were at school?
No, not really. No, I really tried to play football when I was at university, but I didn't make the squad. So for me, for the football team, it's like living my dream through them in a sense, having that sense of unity, that teamwork, which I really wanted. And I really saw how it was meaningful for myself, and getting that opportunity. I always thank Mrs. Mackenzie, Mr. Keith, Mr. Foster for supporting as well, of course, as well as the admin team, because this venture really changed the dynamics of the students. We see students who were not so much into academics wanting to prove themselves in academics, persons who were not the best behaving start to behave better because they want to make the squad, they want to perform, even though they're talking to me, sir, when can we play some more football?
So many people also don't appreciate that Bolt's coach and coaches are as great as Bolt, and if not greater, and the teachers are as great as the performance of the brightest students, because they work with the students and bring out that. And it's lovely when people start, and sports is a thing that make people appreciate these things more.
True.
So you say you grew up in the North Coast or Mobile?
Hanover, but I spent my time in Herbert Morrison, so I want to take a bit sometime.
Yes. And as a career, you intend to stay in education?
Definitely.
Yeah. A lot of people in one career, they also venture into other enterprises while continuing as teachers or as doctors.
Yes.
So you limit yourself not to do anything else, or like a pastor or a priest would say, I'm not getting into business, or I'm not going to play football.
No, I don't see it in that perspective. I always say that I don't think I'll ever stop teaching. But I think along the future, there are definitely pathways I could venture in.
And teacher is also a kind of management,
Definitely.
isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I would even say project management, human resource management, a lot of management, of course.
Well, I have several children, 8 children.
Okay.
And the eldest one is nearly 60 years old, 58 next month.
Wow.
And she was a teenager when I was born. Hear me? I was a teenager when she was born. But one thing I have found is that I have always been compelled to keep in touch with my children's schools. And I visit those schools at various hours. During school, during lunchtime, after school. And most of the teachers get to know me. And I find that the teachers who know the parents of students take more interest in those individuals, not because of a bias. But if I look at you and I say, your name is Ellis, is black and relative to you, and if I find out that is your father, in class, when I'm looking out at the 30 faces, I'm not just seeing 30 faces, I'm seeing Blacker's daughter, and I'm seeing Jerry's daughter,
There's a connection, yes.
And I'm saying to myself, say, that girl is bright, but she's chatting too much, and I have to make Jerry know that his daughter, and you take more interest in them, especially because they know the family.
True.
You find that?
Yeah, definitely. I have students here, even with the same football team. It's just that when you see them not perform, there's more of an urge to get them to perform because you see them performing in the sports-wise. We want them to be excellent as well. So you're going to look out for them and say, you need to pull up your socks and do some work.
Yeah. And the parents who participate, whether they're going to bring some fruits or things for the team, or whether they're going to be active in parent teachers, or whether they come to sports they are before, they have a feeling that make them more efficient as parents, and it makes the school run better when you have a good parent, the school community.
And it gives the kids something to celebrate. We had a parent, Mr. Gallimore can tell you about them, a couple actually, every single football match they turned up to. The student's mother missed one match, and when I called her and I said, your son was not the same, she never missed another one. His father faithfully came to everyone. I mean, none of the matches were played in Montego Bay, Yeah. We went to Clarendon. It was back-to-back every Monday and every Thursday, I think it was. And those parents were with us, helping us right through.
Good venture, good.
I'm going to tell you. When you see both parents, and you realize the kind of connection that they have with their children from them little bit, say, every Olympics, everything, them is there, and both when taking money, any money make. I'm going to make sure saying parents must be there, and they must be treated like what they are, the producers of, along with the coaches and the teachers, of this great guy named Bolt or this great girl named Shelly. I tell you, man, it's beautiful. What else can we cover? How much more time do we have with this? 2 young people,
We have about 2 minutes left with them. Jerry, I think one of the things I want to capture before they jump out is just discipline. When we look around us in education, we have a lot of challenges everywhere. None of us can beat our chest and say we've gotten it right because we're all working. So I'd love for us to get their perspective on where we've shifted to and what the focus needs to be.
Yeah.
Okay, so as it relates to discipline, I'll speak for myself first. I've seen a great improvement in the response of the students since September. I mean, as a teacher, I would have encountered certain issues in the classroom where I can say, no, thanks be to God, we don't have any issues anymore because of mechanisms that we would have implemented. No, things like bullying and stuff like that, students are more enthused. How can I stop this? Why is this not appropriate? How can we reduce these incidents within the classroom? Students are more zealous. They find the urge to eliminate these problems within the space.
That's great.
One thing that would have changed everything as well would be the fact that we care. I can remember when I was doing my postgraduate education, the teacher at the time said that teachers who punish should have already failed because you should manage the class. And in that sense, the students react better when you actually care about them. When they know that the teacher comes to the class, really cares about your success, cares about your future, they're more willing to listen and to buy in. So it's not just about, oh, you did wrong, you are this type of person, you made an error in this time. But what you are, who you are, is not fully established as yet, and we're trying to get you there. So it's not just about discipline, punishing students. Yeah. It's more of bringing them up, uplifting them.
And I will agree with Mr. Gallimore that we indeed have taken an approach where it's guidance over punishment. Yeah. So instead of penalizing them and letting them know that we're going to persecute you for your behavior, we intend to motivate them and let them know that, okay, you slipped, you made a mistake, but this is what is important, not to stay in the puddle, but to rise above it.
That was good. Yes, well, thank you very much for having me here. And I thank even those who have the children here for the kind of education that you develop voluntarily, because you didn't have to do it, you voluntarily develop to your expertise.
Yes. Right, thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
Welcome. Thank you very much. I don't know, you'll be around for a while because I'd love to have a photograph with later or when it is possible. Do you have any break? There's a piece of music I want to play. What is it again? ABC Rocksteady. We have any of them lined up. But it's about school and learning to cooperate and so on. But
while we wait on the song to come in, Jerry, I have a student with us who is prepared to do a poem.
Oh, yes?
Her name is Sophia Valdez.
Yes.
Hi, Sophia.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good morning. Still morning. Thank you for coming, Sophia. Do you have a message you want to give to your teachers today?
Not really.
Not really? Okay, we can go in with your poem. What's the title of your poem?
Happy Teacher's Day.
Okay, let's go.
By the way, before you start, did you write that poem?
Yes.
That's lovely. Did the other young man,
he wrote his own, yes.
Never mind, told me. May we have the poem? What's the name again? Miss Valdez?
Yes.
What Valdez?
Sophia Valdez.
Yeah, please go.
A teacher is a person who dedicates their life to help others, with love and patience, who always carries a folder. My teacher is a fantastic person. When I don't understand math, she always makes me feel great. Today is her special day, and I want to say thank you and happy Teacher's Day.
Thank you so much, Sophia. So you actually had something to say to your teacher, right?
Yes.
Tell me, why do you love teachers?
Because they educate us and make us learn so we can get into a good college or university.
Okay, so tell us something, Sophia. What's one thing that you will always remember about a teacher?
They're really kind, and they help me a lot with work and everything.
Thank you so much, Sophia. That poem was beautiful.
Yeah, before you go, how old are you?
I'm 10 years old.
And in what grade are you?
Junior 5.
That's great, guys.
That's good. Right.
I
was once well known for writing poetry, but I have neglected it. It's great to see how young people recognize their ability. And I think we'll hear more from you. Can you speak any other language apart from English?
Spanish.
Why did I ask that?
I'm not sure, sir.
Yeah, because I heard your surname. I know it is a Latino surname. That's great. You're born in Jamaica?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello.
And now we have Suri Grizzle. Suri has a token that she's written for our teachers. Suri, are you ready?
Yes, miss.
Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes. Hello, my name is Sir Grizzle, and I'm from Senior 5 at the Heinz Simon School.
Simon.
Heinz Simon, yes. So I wanted to say hello to everyone tuning in, and today I wanted to take a moment to just pour out some appreciation for the incredible teachers who make this place feel so welcoming to attend. I wanted to shout out Mr. Foster, my information technology teacher. He not only knows his way around teaching the subject, but he also has an amazing way of making it actually really fun to learn. I don't really know much about Studio, but he always finds ways to make it enjoyable. And honestly, what makes him such a great teacher to see every day is that you can turn to him when you need a listening ear or a friendly chat. He always goes out of his way to make sure that we students feel comfortable and supported at school. And for that, I'm sure we're all incredibly grateful. So here's to you, Mr. Foster, for not only being a stellar teacher, but also a real one.
Where is he? Is he nearby?
Yes, he's
My
actually
mind told me
camera.
because I saw a smile onto his face, and I said that something is going on. It must be him.
Yes, he deserves it.
Sorry, the technology teacher.
Yes, he's my information technology teacher.
That's great. I'm a photographer, so from a coming, I've been observing him. And I see him have a bag exactly like one that I have because I'm a photographer. And my brother gave me that bag after having used it about 5 years. The first one I ever see like it. I've traveled all over the world just from Africa. But I've been observing him. By the way, I know a family who is big in Negril tourism. You know them? Gristle.
Grizzle, yes, that's my last name.
Yeah?
That's my last name. Yeah.
Yes, you know the family in Negril that have one of the greatest facilities on the beach here.
I'm not quite familiar with it though.
Ask your parents if any of their relatives.
Relatives and
They must be
relatives.
because Gristle is not a very common name in Jamaica. So
It isn't.
They
It
must be,
isn't.
right? And it's an easier technology teacher. What's his name
Yes,
again?
Mr. Foster.
Mr.
Foster.
Thank you very much. Nice.
Also wanted to mention another teacher, Miss
Yeah.
McLean. She's my science teacher, my
Yeah.
chemistry and biology.
Yeah.
And I'll be the first to admit, science is not my favorite class. It's not something that I like to do, but honestly, she makes it so good because she gives us interactive labs and learning activities to make sure that, especially because I have CXC to do, she makes sure that it's also very exciting and inviting to learn because it's the key to letting me get a 1 at my CXCs.
Yes.
So I wanted to also point her out because she is somebody who's definitely making an impact into my education.
Yes.
And I wanted to also mention that the teachers here at Heinz Terminage School, it's like what makes them stand out is not that they're not just here to just teach us figures and tactics. They're here to actually guide us and to encourage us. They show genuine care and support for us. And it's every day that they do that. And they help us to become the best versions of ourselves. And I know that I can't thank them enough on here for the work that they do to help show that we have a good day and have that through the whole semester. So to all the teachers at the Heinz Terminage School, I wanted to say thank you. We may not always say it, but we appreciate everything you do. Thank you for believing in us, even when we may not believe in ourselves. Thank you for pushing us to reach new heights and for celebrating our successes, no matter how small. And I really believe that they're the unsung heroes of our school here.
Yeah. That is both for the teachers and for you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much. What next do we do? We have the music yet? We have this lady is going to come forward. Okay. We have ABC Accelerate. Yes. Yeah, here we are at the Heinz Terminage School today, May Day, the 1st of May, child month also. And Best FM, this is the first outside broadcast in which I've participated with Best FM. I've been associated with Best FM before. I just came back from the longest time I've been outside of Jamaica. And, it's a real experience to be outside so long. And my brain and my memory has adjusted to so much activity in such a short time. So I'm still learning. Matter of fact, I went to Africa the other day. The first in nearly 50 years I've been there. I can imagine the opportunity to compare 46 and a half years of change and development. And that's it. So what next do we do, man?
So next up, we have Gateway Credit Union coming in to do a live interview to share with us, why they've decided to partner with the Heinz Terminage School for this outside broadcast and just their appreciation for educators and the value that we give to our communities.
Yes, that's great. Yes, so here we are. What time? Was it 11 o'clock on?
We're almost there. We're at 10:51. So we
Yeah,
have
man,
a
Black
guy
are
in
leaving the building. Nice to be running the second leg from him. Yes, ma'am. Good morning. Morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, your name again, ma'am?
My name is Rashida Ramlal. I am the Communications, Promotions and Events Officer at Gateway Cooperative Credit Union.
Yes, Gateway is a group of industries or what?
No, it's a credit union.
Okay.
Yes.
A lot of people don't understand, unless they are members, the value and the benefits of the credit union movement. And a credit union is a union of people to provide each other with services and ability.
We pride ourselves on the philosophy, people helping people.
Yeah. Now, a building society is similar. A lot of these things developed in the Caribbean here, and people don't understand. But what does a credit union do?
All right, so a credit union is basically owned and operated by its members. So it is not like a commercial bank where it is for profit. Whatever is made at the end of the year or surplus is distributed to the members. So it is a member-owned organization.
So now, these members pool resources.
That is correct.
And the primary resource is money or funds.
That's correct.
A lot of people don't know that money consists of precious or valuable materials like gold and silver, copper, even oil, valuable materials. It also consists of cash, which is valuable material. The cash might be valuable material, but most time it is paper. But paper itself is not really money, it's a credit note. And money and funds consist of, as I said, valuable materials like gold, also cash. It also consists of credit, because that is a human contrivance. Credit, it means I believe, I can believe. Credo, I can believe. Therefore, I can believe you will pay back. Therefore, you may take goods until you're paid it. So credit now is the extension of goods to people because of their believability. So the credit system has made human beings get to do so much more without actually having earned the thing yet.
That is correct.
I'm talking too long, but I'm trying to help my people to understand it.
Okay. All right, so as a credit union, Gateway, I must say, we are big on community, giving back to the community. A major part of our social responsibility, I must say, is reaching out. We partner with a lot of schools, and so we were quite elated when Heinz Simonage reached out to us for this initiative. So as we know, educators, teachers, they're the backbones of society. They impart knowledge to us. I myself, I do tap into tutoring here and there. Yeah. So yes.
At the school?
No, not at the school.
What kind of thing you tutor?
Mathematics.
Yes,
I love numbers.
Yes, yes.
So from an educator's standpoint, I know the value and the happiness you feel when you impart knowledge to somebody, when they understand what it is you're telling them, that smile on their faces. So I can just imagine the teachers here on a day-to-day basis when they have that one student that's saying, Miss, I'm not sure I understand. But then when they have that breakthrough moment, I can just imagine the level of happiness that they feel. So at Gateway, we love these type of initiatives. We love to partner, jump on board in any way we can contribute, because we are building the future generation by contributing towards these initiatives.
So the members of your credit union, are they mostly from a certain sector of industry? Like, you have transport workers credit union, or you might have the credit union of the JPS employees.
All right, so our credit union is actually from the amalgamation of the Hanover Cooperative Credit Union and Montego Cooperative Credit Union. So that was in 2017. So we are, as you know, they have the Credit Union League, and there are different credit unions. So Gateway focuses mainly on individuals in the Cornwall region at the moment.
Yeah. And one of the most significant things about credit unions is that to their members, they extend loans
that is correct.
At the lowest
that is correct.
Interest rate. Yes. So instead of paying 20% interest on a loan, you're paying like what, 1 or 2 or 3%?
Close. Yeah. All right. And especially as we are approaching Teachers' Day and celebrating teachers, I must mention that we currently have a loan special, and teachers, we want you to feel nice too. Treat yourselves. Having every single day you're there with the students, and so you deserve something nice. So we currently have a loan special going on at the moment that is on our motor vehicles and also on our unsecured loans. So for motor vehicles, it's 8.5% for new to 3 years old vehicles, 9.5%.
For new to 3 years old?
Yes, new to 3 years old.
In Jamaica, that is practically new.
That's right. 9.5% for vehicles 4 to 6 years old, and you get an additional year to repay, right?
You get an additional year. Like a holiday of 3 years before you repay. Or no, more, instead of repaying in 3 years, you get 4 years or something like that.
All right. So I think it's 9 years that you get into repay, but with the special, you get 10 years. Yeah. Yes, you get an extra
that
year.
helps.
That helps a lot. All right. So for the unsecured loan, it is 17.5%.
Let me explain to my listeners.
Sure.
Unsecured mean that you don't give them nothing for whole. They don't get your land title to hold, or your car title to hold, that if you don't pay it, them take away your land. Unsecured. So there is so much trust between the members because they have been able to find out who is trustworthy, that you can get a loan without giving them nothing to hold. Right?
That's correct.
Yeah. Why I explain that is because I always like to, for my listeners and callers and myself, to explain things to people in an other kind of language. And so we gradually, what we're doing here become an educational institution. A lot of people learn to be familiar with terms, but you are helping great, yes. So unsecured loans, can you imagine?
Yes, so it's 17.5% for the unsecured loan.
Yeah.
And this
so because it is so risky and because it is so much of a privilege to have an unsecured loan, people are willing to pay 17.5%. Right. And that's a trade-off.
Yes, and having a good credit history too. That is something. Yes, that is correct.
In other words, you have paid back all loans before. Mm-hmm. And if you feel like exam is supposed to take it over by 3 months, you did that too because there's other thing that give credibility.
Yes.
And if you did pick start, and you said to the start, I did pick a while ago, all that help with your credit rating. So we can believe you when you talk.
When you talk about your credit score, because it is very important having a good credit history, because that is something that they do consider, most definitely consider before granting you a loan.
That's great. Where are you located in Montego Bay?
So I currently work at 20 Church Street. That is where the head office is, and also our Church Street branch. Yeah. We also have locations at Main Street, Lucy, at our Fairview location as well, and also Shop 17 Champion Plaza, that is in Trelawney.
Nice.
Yes.
My father used to be the manager for Hanover Building Society for 25 years.
Wow.
So that gave me a special interest in this kind of thing, because people come together and help one another. Partner system in Jamaica.
Yes. And
a building society is a partner for help one another build a house. Mm-hmm. I like how country people come together and work in my field today, and then next week we go work in a your father field and we help one another. And when the crop come in, so great, it's great.
Yes. So we just want to say thank you once more for partnering with us, Heinz Simonich. We really do appreciate this. We hope that for future, you have plans to incorporate us in any plans, because we are building our future generation.
Yes, ma'am. Which we call future generation?
The children, the students.
Yes. All right. We have some of these, what they call future generation. Thank you very much. Your name again, ma'am?
My name is Rashida Ramlal, and thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
We have some more students here of Heinz Simonich School. Alejandro, right? You pronounce it like a Y. It is a Spanish name, right?
Yeah.
Alejandro Stewart. A senior free student transferred from public school to Heinz Simonich.
Yes.
And you were public school in the Montego Bay area?
No, Trelawney.
Okay. And you still have to travel from Trelawney to school here.
Yeah.
But there's a reason why you transferred. Or maybe there was an opportunity, or maybe you were rewarded.
What I would say was that I wasn't really performing my best at public school, and I needed an opportunity to grow as a person.
Yeah.
So I got the opportunity. My parents transferred me from public to private school, and it was a huge change for me because I'm used to a certain environment, and it was really interesting to see the change of.
Your name again?
Alejandra Stewart.
Yes, and a public school is a government school.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Good. Yeah, go ahead, please.
So, really, when I came to High Seminary School, I was really shocked by how respectful everyone was and how
you're talking too fast and people don't realize how much you are saying. You are amazed at how respectful everyone is to one another. A lot of people don't know how much people can respect one another and what a difference it makes. But so what you are saying, you wouldn't know the impact of what you're saying. Yet I know you would. I know you know.
Yeah.
And that impressed you immediately.
Definitely, because when I used to go to public school, people weren't kind to each other at all. At this school, I feel included. I feel, I'm a part of the family. So it was a whole different experience coming here because of that.
So with your experience, how old are you?
14 years old.
You are 14 years old.
Yes, sir.
And you appreciate that. So you know why Outer Road, both in Kingston and in country, some terrific behavior that is going on, not amongst all young people, but amongst a little minority of young people, but they are very influential.
Yep.
And when you see that terrible behavior, you know why at the level of the public school, that kind of thing will occur much more than at a school like this, where there's extra care, extra cooperation among parents and businesses, and therefore the school going to be endowed. You know what endowed means?
Yeah.
Endowed means the gift that something has or somebody has either naturally or because somebody gave that gift to it. So you know why the respect is so much higher here than at the bus stop, where 400 children are waiting for one bus every hour. And going home to one meal and probably not going out without breakfast tomorrow. So you understand?
I understand.
At 14 years old.
Mm-hmm. The teachers here are different than teachers at public school too, because they actually care about your education.
Speak up a little, please.
They actually care about your education, and they don't, for instance, when I used to go to public school, I wouldn't have classes, but I'd have free sessions because teachers don't really care about coming to classes anymore.
Yes.
So when I came here, I never really had that problem. I have classes every second of the day, no matter.
You have what?
Classes.
Every second of the day are occupied.
Yes, sir.
And the classroom is so overcrowded at the public school that the teacher don't really worry about who is not there.
They don't
because
care.
that is an easier day.
Yeah.
If 10 children don't come to a 50 child class.
Yeah. They don't care. They really don't care.
I know it is sound troublesome to say that, but you are talking the truth. The name of my program, I don't know the name of my program at this radio station.
No, sir.
It names Straightforward. Sometimes people get a little bit uncomfortable if you are straightforward, but in the long run, they know that you don't mean any harm really. But I know you are going to learn how to use the language like a doctor and don't cause so much pain. But it's not you are the cause of the pain. While some great things you are learning outside the classroom here.
Yes,
so at all hours of the day, you are occupied in some class.
Yes, sir.
Or in some break. Because break is necessary,
Yes, sir. Yeah, here, High Seminary School was an opportunity for me to grow, and I really appreciate getting the opportunity to come here because I think ever since I came here, I started growing as a person.
Yes.
And I never really thought the things that I'm doing now, I didn't think I'd ever do at public school, really. I didn't ever see myself doing the things I'm doing now here.
So one day we will be able to transfer so many of these qualities from schools like this to the general educational population.
Yes.
But we have to go work on that. That's not going to come easy.
Nope.
Like how we are so outstanding in track and field that almost every school in Jamaica excel in it. it is possible to develop a culture where all schools are of a higher standard, but it's the ones at the top of a pull up. We don't want the one at the bottom pull down. But thank you very much.
Thank you for having
being
me.
here. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. And we have a young student, another young student, a male. His name is Jihan Gidwani. Have I pronounced your name properly, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Could you do it for me, please? Could you pronounce your name for me?
Jihan Gedwani.
Ah, that's lovely. And you have won a gold award in the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission in dance, in speech,
Yes, sir.
and also in dance.
Yes, sir.
What are you saying? That is great. How old are you?
9.
9? Yeah. All right. So what you going to do for us here today on this program?
I wouldn't know, honestly.
You will what?
I don't know, honestly.
Pardon me?
Don't know.
That's great. Yeah, tell me about it. You were born in Jamaica?
Yes, sir.
Right. 9 years ago.
Yes.
Go ahead, please. Yeah, man, relax. Yeah, relax. Just whatever you think of, just start talk about it, and the next thing will come.
I don't know what to say.
Okay. You like the school, though?
Yes.
Was it at school that you entered in the speech competition from the school?
Yes.
So somebody was aware, one of your teachers was aware that you have some ability to
Yes, sir.
speak well.
Yes, sir.
Yeah? How did they become aware of that?
I compete in other competitions, and they usually know
Yeah.
because my mom tells them.
Your mom?
My mom tells them
Great.
everything that I participate in.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that was at a school before this one, or where?
No. I started in K1 when I was
In where?
4. I started participating in the school.
Yeah.
Yes.
What about dance? How did you get involved in dance?
A teacher chose me because there's an Indian festival called Diwali,
yeah.
and I participated in there.
Yeah.
And the teacher saw my mom's status,
Yeah.
and she thought I should participate in JCDC for that
Yeah.
same dance.
That's great. So, could you do a little bit of a speech that you got awards for a little bit?
I forgot it.
You forgot it?
Yes.
Well, there's so many things going on in here already. Sometimes you forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice to meet you.
Very
Okay.
nice to meet you too.
Yes, man. Thank you very much. Yeah. And that festival is the Festival of Lights,
Yes.
Diwali.
Yes.
That's great. Thank you very much. Okay. Yes, I think we have the mayor who is going to come here and talk to us. And tell mommy that you were on Best FM radio station today. 100 FM on the dial. Best FM. Okay, bye.
The cat on the fiddle, the dog jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such fun, and now she ran away with the little old and the little boy. Lost her sheep and don't know where to find them. Leave them alone and they will come home. And wiggle if they behind them. Simon, he met a fireman going to a fair. Said simple Simon to that fireman, let's please taste your Georgie boy to Georgie 95. Kiss the girls and make them cry. When the boys came out to say Georgie, Georgie, he ran away. Now 1, 2, 3, I gotta make 4, 5, 6, I gotta make 7, 8, 9, I gotta make 10. Maybe going back to school.
Wait a minute. Yes, that's a little piece of music from about 50 years, no, about 45 years ago. About 50 years ago, named ABC Rocksteady. And the matter of fact, it must be older than that from it named Rocksteady because reggae came in 68, 69. ABC Rocksteady. It is a very popular group of singers who are doing a song about things that you learn in school and you just start going to school, ABC, 1, 2, 3, and a lot of proverbs and things about Jamaica. And I played it there because today is Teachers Day, the people who help to parent more about children than the actual family that they come from. And now we have the pleasure of having on our program the mayor of not only Montego Bay but St. James, because the mayor is the chief local government officer of a city and also of the region around that city. So although he's termed the mayor of Montego Bay, he's also the mayor of the entire parish, Mr. Vernon Ellis, right?
That's right,
My problem. But I know something was wrong now because I know your name Vernon. And then I saw a name Vernon Ellis somewhere. I know, not only that I know the Vernon family a very long time in Montego Bay. When I was looking, I said, but this is Mr. Vernon, but I saw Vernon Ellis. Who is Vernon Ellis, ma'am? Who is Vernon Ellis?
Senior superintendent.
Oh, that is, I said, no, this is not Mr. Ellis, this is Mr. Vernon. Sorry about that. Yes,
no problem.
How are you doing?
I'm good, and you?
Is this your first? Yeah, man, I'm hearing you good.
Okay.
Is this your first 10 years, mayor?
Yeah, we just started recently gone to the local government election.
Yes. When I was a little boy, there were mayors of Montego Bay named Vernon, you know that?
Yeah, man, Napoleon was deputy mayor.
Yes, sir.
And many years ago, the first mayor of Montego Bay, a matter of fact, was William Vernon.
That's the one I know.
You know Willie?
Yes, man. Little boy.
That's a long time.
Yes, I born 76 years ago.
Yes. Because he was the mayor of Montego Bay before we got city status.
Yes. Matter of fact, I usually tell people that Montego Bay is the first city I know. It wasn't designated a city at that time. Because my mother come from Cambridge when I was living in St. Land. Is Montego Bay come long before I go Kingston?
Yes.
So from classroom to community, recognizing teachers as pillars of nation building, and you are the chief executive officer of the local government, are you?
No, I'm not. We have a CEO.
No, I don't mean CEO type, but I mean just like how we have the Prime Minister of Jamaica, the Prime Minister.
So.
Yeah, chairman of the parish council.
Right. So I'm chairman of the St. James Municipal Corporation, which gives me the latitude of responsibility for St. James.
Yeah.
But ceremonially, I'm the mayor for the city of Montego Bay.
Yes.
Right. So that is how it is.
So, educationally wise, what has your been experience of the cooperation in St. James, especially concerning a school like Heinz Simonets?
Well, I see you tying the matter of education with the local authority. We participated in that process, and I'll tell you how.
Yeah.
But outside of that, we will go to schools from time to time to give support wherever possible. I mean, if they have events, we endorse them, we sponsor where we can. But from a direct perspective, we have allocated some $100 million over the past 5 years to enable our students to access education, giving them school grants, paying school fees, you name it, the whole yard, to help them each summer moving into September to access education. And even for some of our youngsters who are moving on to higher learning, we utilize the summer to employ them. And from that employment, they generate enough money to help to finance themselves going back to school. So as a local authority, we have been directly involved in the upliftment of our children, of our students, in terms of accessing education.
So in the interior, up in the hills of St. James, what is the kind of contact you have in the educational, because it is easy to be in contact with the institutions in the big city and along the coast and so on. But like in the interior?
No, man, it is equally spread. Remember now that the interior has representation as well through the councillors and through the community development committees, through the citizens association. They are all part of the parish development committee, and the PDC sits on our committee, civic and cultural affairs committee at the municipal corporation, where they make representation, a political representation on behalf of the citizens. So they are not left behind. What we do is to ensure that we bridge gaps. Digital divide, for example, we bridge that gap by working with the Universal Service Fund to put in community access points, computers, free internet, you name it, so that those rural areas, they can log on to the system and get the information from the World Wide Web. So that is what we do as government in terms of reaching out to these remote areas.
So, like, as you know, the educational institution in St. James, especially on the coast, is especially sensitive to the opportunities available in the greatest money earner, I think, in the economy outside of remittance from the diaspora. The greatest money source is tourism. And I know the institutions on the coast and in places like Moby and so on, very sensitive to that. Like in the more rural parts, do students and schools in those areas have equal attention in being groomed towards being employed and fitting into the
hospitality sector? Certainly. Several of the parents who work in the hospitality sector, they're from rural areas. Of course, tourism is important to us. It accounts for 30% of our GDP. To put it another way for your listeners, those who don't pay much attention to GDP, 30% of what the country earns comes from tourism. And because of that, it has a significant place in our budget, and we have to take care of the product, the country as a product, so that we can capitalize even more in earning from tourism. And it also provides about 60% of the jobs in the service sector. So in Montego Bay, for example, which has a significant reach in tourism, having 30% of all the rooms in Jamaica, it is indeed why we call it the tourism capital. It also has the largest airport in the English-speaking Caribbean. So
larger than Norman, man.
Yes, man, significantly.
I'm trying to underscore the point.
And it's expanding now as we speak.
And the traffic is much greater.
Certainly. We have way more connection and destination points and all of that. Right. So our students in Montego Bay, our parents, the workers of Montego Bay, they tap into the industry. And those in the rural area, they have equal access to the industry. Because as you can see, the government has made the Trust Trust accessible up to level 4, right? You don't have to pay any school fee up to level 4, which means that those who would want to venture into the hospitality sector, they can go to school up to level 4 and get that high level qualification that is required to deliver the best service possible within the sector. And once it is like that, then all the students, wherever you are, have access to the institution and therefore to the industry.
A sector that is ancillary to hospitality is entertainment. You pay how much attention how much attention is dispatched or
placed on entertainment?
Yes, because the earning and the provision of that feature of the holiday is a very, very big factor, and it can lead much further. Jimmy Cliff and Bob Marley are two products of the North Coast who have enhanced so much the tourist product, because whether it's a floor show or whether it is the attraction of look at a thing like Sunsplash came to Jamaica. I was involved in the first year when it came because, as you might know, tourism in Jamaica used to be a winter industry between
No, it is all season.
Yes, it is a 24-hour, it is a 12-month destination.
Yes.
And Sunsplash and other things, the music festival, and may I say the smoking, among the young people in the 70s, is what transformed Jamaica gradually to be a high summer point and also spring break a little earlier than summer. And gradually the tourism became a 12-month-a-year destination, although the winter season is a peak still. So how much of the, and not only that, Monterey is has a high number of studios and high level of production in music too, not true?
I wouldn't say yes, because several of our artists, they have gone to Kingston to establish themselves. I mean, that is where the technical part of the music really started to develop and to move forward in such a way that would enhance the music itself. So they go to Kingston, they develop, and they come back to Montego Bay. But what you will realize is that the internet has given many of our artists a lot of access. Social media, particularly YouTube, many persons who have the talent, you see, the first thing they want to do is set up a Vivo account or something like that. And they go online and they put their music out there, and people, especially during COVID, many artists got out popular during COVID and bust. Right. So the ones that you're hearing from now, many of them, they came to the fore during COVID, and they did not necessarily do so through the studios. But through the studios, they refine their music so that it is acceptable internationally. Montego Bay is growing in that regard, but Kingston is where that is, and we can't take that from them. But in terms of entertainment in general and how we facilitate, and our responsibility as government is to facilitate. And we have facilitated entertainment to a large extent. Matter of fact, next week we will be meeting with all the promoters, entertainers here in Montego Bay to look at the nuances that are challenging the free flow of parties and hosting major events. And so see how we can work them out as government and business operators so that we can foster a better environment for them. We are also going to declare Montego Bay, we declared Montego Bay a Sumfest city, but this year we'll be partnering with the promoters again to ensure that we have a bigger marketing for Sumfest and to give it the full support that it needs, because it has generated millions for our local economy, and we have to just assist and enable them where possible. So we are doing much for entertainment, as you said, that it is a subsidiary to the hospitality sector, and I agree. They go hand in hand. People come here for the sun, the fun, the sea, you name it. And of course, there's somewhere to stay. So they work hand in hand, and we have to now continue to develop as a product so that we can be more marketable internationally as a country and drive more growth in our tourism sector.
What is the level of satisfaction with the input into the industry in terms of the food supply? I noticed, for years I've been around here. I was based at Hot 102 about 25 years ago in Mobile. But they had a student town. But the fact is that I see far more Jamaican food in the hotels and the guest houses now. But we can still maximize that to great effect, can't we?
Indeed. 60% of what we consume is still imported, even meat. So there's much more to be done.
Even eggs?
I'm not sure of the percentage with eggs, but I can speak to the general number in terms of import. It's about 60%, and that's still significant. It's a majority of what we consume, and what the hotels, restaurants, what they use. So as farmers, we have to do more to enhance production so that we can supply quality products, not just to the homes and the market, but also to the sector. There's a big gap in it, and we need to fill those gaps.
I think I heard an announcement either this morning or last night about low-cost housing to be made available to tourists tourism sector workers? Did I hear something like that in the last 24 hours?
It's something that the government has been working on. I guess that was the intention of Edmund Ridge. When things move, when prices move in the market, it affects the value of real estate. So you might come up with good intentions to have it stay below a certain rate, but by the time you look and the prices shift and inflation affects the products that are input of the development of the construction sector, then the prices will change and it would no longer be affordable at a certain level. So we have to now look at meeting the demand for persons who can afford housing up to a certain level and provide those housing solutions for them. So it is something that we have been working on. And not just for tourism workers, but for all public sector workers. If you look at Estuary started at about $4.5 million. It's now at about $9 million for a one bedroom. And in Estuary, we have several police officers, teachers. People don't talk about it, but that place is about 70% public sector workers, civil servants, right? So as a government, we have been doing as best as possible to facilitate housing for persons who earn a certain level of income. Refinery?
Petroleum. Didn't they have was there a refinery?
No, we still have the place at Freeport.
Yes,
and we also have liquid natural gas run by, what's the name of the company again? New Fortress, right? So, yeah, there are alternatives as well. So, Freeport is still doing what Freeport does.
Yeah, I was talking about Freeport. Falmouth is not really a problem there. I know it must have pulled away some of the cruise shipping and thing, but you can't really deal with one as rival as such.
No, because you see how our special administration is situated. We do not benefit from having healthy competition, Montego Bay, Falmouth. We benefit as a region. Falmouth has to use our airport. We have to ensure that traffic flows into Montego Bay properly so Falmouth can benefit from that. Yeah. We connect to Falmouth to Negril. So we have to ensure that we put in a perimeter route so persons who are trying to reach Negril via Montego Bay can bypass that section to go there.
As you talk about, I was just going to come to that. How far along is the bypass project?
It's about 70% in its pathway in terms of the construction, about 15% or somewhere there. So the pathway is the section that we have cut out.
How far
to put the road?
How far up in there?
Salt Spring.
Way beyond Barrington and this?
No, it's not that side.
Which side is it?
Ironshore, up into Salt Spring, Norwood area, going right across over to Irwindale, back into Fairfield of Irwin.
Yes, and by the time you reach Hopewell, are you still up going through the hills or you come back down?
No, it does not bypass Hopewell. There's another project being looked at for that, and another leg of this part of the bypass that will take you beyond the Long Hill section. So we're going to bypass Long Hill by putting another perimeter road there, or we're going to put that Long Hill bypass in place. But this one, we don't call it a bypass, it's a perimeter road. Right.
Okay, so what about busing in Kingston? A great problem. Kingston, Portmore, Spanish Town, great problem with public transportation.
Why are you taking me out of Montego Bay, sir?
What's that?
Why are you taking me out of Montego Bay?
I am asking if it is. No, I am telling you how bad it is in Kingston.
Yeah.
And the bad effect it has on the behavior of the children. Waiting on bus all 2 hours. But is Montego Bay you're more or less under control and improving in terms of?
No, there's much more to be done. We need a centralized system for transportation here. And we are now looking at a world-class terminal or state-of-the-art terminal to facilitate that. So, but we have to organize transportation in Montego Bay. But before you tell me that it's time to close up, I just want to say, but I mean, we don't have the entire day. I just want to take the time out to recognize our teachers.
Yeah.
They have been very instrumental and fundamental to the development of the society. If the teachers get it wrong, society collapses.
No.
They spend a significant amount of time with our children. When they leave homes in the days, they are in the care of teachers, and it is important what is transmitted from the teacher to the child at that point in time. When our teachers step up and they are doing the right things, it is demonstrated in the behavior, in the level of education of our population. It is a very selfless job. And, persons may say, oh, government needs to pay more. It's always a touchy topic. But for me, I don't think that there is enough money to pay a teacher.
Not too much.
There's not enough money to pay a teacher. Believe it. There are so many people. There are so many people who would not venture into the classroom. And when you have youngsters before you, teaching them, nurturing them about tomorrow, if you get that wrong, we're on the brink of collapse.
Yeah.
Right? So I want to recognize them. And we're starting this month we're recognizing our teachers, children, mothers, all the good things. And I must say I appreciate them. And I want them to do the best that they can, given the circumstances. One day it will get better.
Yeah,
for sure.
And it is most desirable to have more males in the teaching profession, both in the public educational system and the private one.
It's
not because they are better than the females.
No, but it's true that the strategies employed by males is different from that employed by females. The presence of a male, not just in the classroom, but in the home, is different. And that is why in both areas you need a balance. Yeah. You need male teachers in the space, you need men at home. Yeah. There must be a balance because they give you two different type of parenting. Yeah. And try as you may, none can replace the other in can be given to a child in his socialization or her socialization. So it is important to have them, especially in schools and in the homes.
I was about to ask you about 15 minutes ago or something, and I didn't put in it, but my lady she has summed it up in one of the talking points there. The very thing I was going to ask. There's less than a decade to go in the not deadline, but the goal of 2030.
Vision 2030.
Yeah.
Right.
Montego Bay in the context of how far along can we get to the vision of 2030?
Several things have been delayed by COVID, of course. And persons might say, oh, it's always the COVID excuse, but it's the reality. Government had to repurpose some of the financing to facilitate the pandemic, to ensure that we have a safe country at the time. And because of that, we have slowed the investment in other areas. If you look at the vision, it is aligned to several national outcomes, about 13 national outcomes that speak to education, that speak to the environment, making enhance business environment, several of them, technological, you name them. If we are to look at Vision 2030 in a holistic way, we are now in 2024, 6 years from now. I don't see us achieving those goals by 2030. But we have made significant strides in reaching Vision 2030. And it's not a Montego Bay thing, it's not a Jamaica thing.
I know.
It's a global thing. All the countries are grappling with the mechanisms put in place to measure the performance of the goals, how well are we doing in reaching them. If you look at the Sustainable Development Goals, the SDGs, we have 17 of them. Some of them speak to the end of hunger, poverty, having clean, potable water, equality, gender equality, you name it.
What about land?
What about land? In terms of land use, what about land?
It is not sustainable for the vast majority of the population to pay rent for their entire life.
Yeah.
That's sustainable. Rent is a major proportion of the income of working people. And to pay rent for their entire life.
You have to, it's
if the people are not settled on land in a significant way.
When you think about the question, it's loaded. Because you have to first dissect what you refer to as the population. 26% of the population is under 15 years old. 60% of the population is under 35. 8% is over 65. Now, when you look at that population, which segment of the population would you say is acceptable to pay rent?
When is it acceptable?
Or, put it this way then, which segment of that population would you say, once you're paying rent, it is okay up to a point? Because for me, if you're paying rent from 20 to about 30, and by 35 you own your own home, nothing is wrong with that.
If you can be able to save.
So you finish school at 17, you start to tap into tertiary education by 20, completing thereabout, starting a job, a proper job at about 21, working on your improvement by about 25, establishing yourself by about 27, and feeling confident to make significant or take significant risk at about 30. At that point in time, owning your home is okay for me. So it's yeah.
Well, I will tell you. Well,
yes, people own home at 26 now. Without rich parents.
Yeah, the easiest and most affordable way to allow the majority of the population not to pay rent for their entire life is to make the land that is unused and owned in the name of the government and in the name of foreign king, crown lands,
yes,
available to the people.
But you have to know, think about the population that we just described, and you have to talk about land use. Because some of those lands that you're referring to, they are designated agricultural lands. So remember that if we put houses on all of them, we can't feed ourselves.
No, I know.
So you have agricultural lands, land slated for further development, commercial development, land slated for preservation. You cannot touch them. So there are several ways to look at land, and that is why I said that it's a loaded question. So you have to dissect it. You have to pull it apart and look at what exactly you're trying to achieve from comparing a population to the land that is available to use.
The land that is in Jamaica unused and owned by the government is land that was due to be settled by the people in Jamaica so that they may engage in agriculture and live on the land where they engage in agriculture and use the hillside more for housing and the flat land more for agriculture.
That is why persons want a house on the hill?
No, not as simple as that. Not as simple as that.
Yes.
But all of these problems are solvable. But I'm so glad to have had you here. And from I heard your name a few years ago, I know so you must be part of the long line of Vernon people in Montego Bay.
The Princess Vernon and Napoleon Vernon, William Vernon. Yeah.
I know them person. I went to school with somebody. I know David Vernon.
Yeah.
I was a top baller for my school, JC, for years. I went prep school with him too.
Oh,
you went to school in Mobile, you?
Yeah, man. Montego Bay. Born and bred.
Not Cornwall, though.
No.
Always laugh when I remember the
Rossi's High School.
You know Rossi's?
Yes.
I live next door to Rossi's.
Oh, really?
My father's property was the boarding quarters.
Oh, okay.
Right beside Watson Taylor Park.
Yes.
But I always laugh when I remember the motto of Cornwall. You know what it is?
Learn or leave.
Learn or leave.
Yes.
Well, anyway, thank you very much, Mr. Vernon.
Thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure being here at the Heinz Simonette School.
Yes.
And I want to wish them all the best for this month and beyond.
Yes.
They're doing a very great job.
Yeah, and
yes.
I have known of him most of my life. I have been in Jamaica doing work, Heinz Simonette.
Yes.
Long time. It wasn't contented with the half.
Right. All right. So thank you very much.
Yeah.
And all the best to you and your listeners.
Yes,
My
sir.
pleasure.
Yes, sir.
All the best.
Good.
The cat on the fiddle, the dog jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such fun, and now she ran away with the little dog. The little Bongo had lost her sheep and don't know where to find them. Leave them alone and they will come home. A wiggle is their tail behind them. He met a fireman going to a fair. That simple Simon to that fireman, let me taste your George, before the judging and divide. Kiss the girls and make them cry. When the boys came out to say, Georgie, he ran away. Now 1, 2, 3, I gotta make 4, 5, 6, I gotta make 7, 8, 9, I gotta make 10. Baby, going back to school again. 1, 2, 3, I gotta make 4, 5, 6, I gotta make 7, 8, 9, I gotta make 10. Baby, going back. Here to pick up the pieces. Here to pick up the pieces. Here to pick up the pieces. Let us place look good, my brother. Let us place keep clean, my sister. Let us place look good, my brother. Let us place keep clean, my sister. So come along, my brother. Come along, my sister. Come along, my brother. Come along, my sister. Here to pick up the pieces. Here to pick up the pieces. Here to pick up the pieces. Let us play too good, my brother. Let us play keep clean, my sister. Let us play too good, my brother. Let us play keep clean, my sister. So come along, my brother. Come along, my sister. 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 Here to pick up the pieces. Here to pick up the pieces. Let us take my brother. Come along. Come
Yes, welcome back to the program. We just had an interview with the mayor of Montego Bay, St. James, Mr. Vernon. And we have a few minutes before the break. Are we going to have them now? Okay. And we have one of our students at Heinz Simonich School, and she is... Yes, please introduce yourself, please, ma'am. Hello.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. Mi nombre es Eliana.
You are?
Eliana.
Eliana, yes. Last name?
Sarita Núñez.
Huh? It sounds so beautiful. You know, when people are speaking their language, it sounds so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, could you tell me the name again, please?
Eliana Sarita Núñez.
Beautiful, yes. And you are Key Club. What are you in the Key Club?
Solo soy un miembro del club. Solo un miembro.
You're a member. And what did you say? What kind of... Okay, and the thing is what? You're a prefect.
Mm-hmm, perfecto.
Yes. Okay, go ahead, please. Yeah, glad to have you on the program. And this is my first broadcast with this radio station, although I've been with them for years. And we are in Montego Bay. Are you born in Jamaica?
No.
Tell me about you a little bit, please.
Yo soy de la República Dominicana.
Yeah.
Sí, vine a Jamaica cuando tenía 9 años.
Yeah.
Y todavía sigo aquí.
Yes. Come on. Go ahead, please. Do you understand when I am speaking to you? Yeah. You understand English, right? Okay.
Un poquito.
Little bit. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So are there many students here that speak mostly Spanish or another language? That's great. So those classes are taught in those languages?
Sí. No.
¿No?
Sí hay clases de español, pero no hablan en español.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So where were you born?
En la República Dominicana.
Oh, that's what, Dominican Republic? Okay, nice. Okay, tell me more. So how long have you been here?
For about 9 años.
9 years?
Mm-hmm.
That's
sí.
Great. And you're going to live here?
Sí, yo vivo aquí.
Yeah.
Pero yo visito a casa todos los años.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You love it here?
Sí.
Okay, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
And who are these?
Mis amigos.
Your friend.
Sí, del colegio.
Yeah.
Oh, él es Karan Santani. Él es Karan.
Somebody translate for me, please.
He is Karan.
Mhm.
Eh? Who is?
That's me, sir.
Mhm.
Let's come. I heard you speaking earlier. Your name?
My name is Karan Santani, sir.
Come again? Karam?
Karan Santani.
Santani.
Yes,
You were born here also?
Yes, sir. I was born and raised.
Yes, yes. I heard you speaking earlier in the program.
Yes, sir. I was.
Yes, and you are a friend.
Yes, sir. I
Little
was
friend.
for a while.
Are all of you in the what?
Key Club.
Yeah, yeah. Kiwanis, that's great.
Yes, sir.
And you are in also? Her name?
Es Yandy Low.
Yendi Low. Yes, okay. I heard you speaking to Black, I think. Yes, Yendi. And
Matthias.
hello, how are you doing? You born here too, Jamaica? Okay, great. So what you want to tell me about?
Oh, esas son mis amigas del colegio. La he conocido por varios años a Karan.
Yeah. I want to know a little. So explain to me because I'm following a little bit.
Sir, I'm also not like really that fluent in Spanish, so I may need someone else to translate it for me as well.
From college, and she's looking for various years for a few years.
And what?
She's looking for a few years.
Okay, great.
Sí.
Yeah. So in what language do you communicate?
English, sir.
Okay.
Most of the time.
Yeah. Was she shy with her English? I think she's
Somewhat,
quite,
sir.
I
Somewhat.
think she's good, but she's good.
She's learning slowly but surely.
Yeah,
sir.
that's great. That's great.
Sí.
Well, we have many languages, you know.
Sí. Hay chinos y hindús.
What did you say? Eh? Come again?
In hindú.
Sir, I believe she's saying there are a lot of Chinese people and Indian people.
Yeah.
Where?
In the school.
Oh, yes.
Hay muchas culturas diferentes.
Yes.
Ujú.
That's good.
Pero hay muchos niños que hablan español, que son de Cuba y de Panamá y de
Panama?
Colombia.
What you say about Panama? What did you say about Panama? Eh?
Students in the school that speak Spanish. So
Yeah.
from Panama, some from Cuba.
Yeah.
Ujú. Y muchos son de la República Dominicana, donde yo soy.
Yeah.
Ujú.
Well, I've been to Panama and Venezuela, and I enjoyed so much because my father went to school in Panama when he was 5 years old.
¿Tu español? ¿Bien?
My father.
Ujú. Pero su español, ¿qué? ¿Bien?
No, not much.
Mm.
Yeah. But it's great. It's great when we're getting to know one another.
Sí.
Yeah. Yes, anybody else? May I have a word with you, please? Yeah. So these are your school colors? These are your school colors?
Yes.
Sí.
What is it? Green and what?
Green, blue,
And white.
and
Oh, yeah? Okay. I just came back from Tanzania. And this is these are some of you hear me?
Sí.
Oh, we only have 2 minutes. Your name?
Yendilo.
Yendelo.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And your name?
Matthias Walsh.
Matthias Walsh. Okay, great. And you are in Key Club too? Okay. What profession or discipline you would like to do after school? What profession?
After school, I would like to explore culinary.
Culinary, okay. Well, we only have a short time, so I'm asking you, what would you like to do after school, Andy?
I'd like to go to school for architecture.
Okay, I did hear you say that, yes.
Yes.
And you, what would you like to do after school?
Negocios, business.
Yeah.
Negocio.
Yeah, nice.
Sí.
What about you?
So I like to do finance.
Finance, you will do so. All of you will do so. Well, we kind of out of time, Franz, but nice to meet you.
Igual, gracias.
And it is very nice to see how you people relate with one another. Lovely.
Mhm.
Okay, bye. Another time.
Bye.
Yeah, bye. Thank you very much. good afternoon, and welcome back to the program here. I'm Jerry Small, your host, fresh into the new program here from yesterday. Straightforward, we are straightforward. I'm here with Franz Irons. From way back, we've been working all around the university, all about the place. Here in Montego Bay, doing outside broadcast. Blacker Ellis started off the show this morning, 6 o'clock. Here we are until 2 o'clock, approximately 2 p.m., being at the Heinz Simonich School, which is an all-age private school in Montego Bay, from infant department, isn't it? Right up to pre-university. Many nationalities, of many cultural backgrounds. And we've been here the whole day. We just spoke to the mayor of Montego Bay, Mr. Vernon. He's been speaking to many different sponsors, students, even one parent who is a sponsor, and the principal, Miss Tamar McKenzie. Mrs. Tamar McKenzie, right? And here we are. Well, I wasn't able to do my preamble today talking about the current affairs or a topic currently on my mind. We're going to do a few minutes of that, but at the same time, we have an opportunity. The phone can work, right? We have an opportunity to take some phone calls. Just give me about 10 minutes to do this little comment on the current affairs and whatever. The phone number, always ask and advise our listeners to always have a notebook or even a piece of paper where you write down things that you need to remember. Please get ready for the phone number for today. And it is 772-8642. 772-8642. I want to thank very much, apart from Mrs. Tamar McKenzie, several students and members of staff who have done so much for us since we are this morning, but especially Patrick Rose, a member of the ancillary staff who has been taking good care of us, and especially me since I come. Patrick Rose at the Heinz Simonich School here in Montego Bay in the Iron Shore area. All right, let's get down to some of the things that I have made a note of in the current affairs. Some of them coming from the Gleaner, some coming from things that I heard on the news between last night and today. By the way, today is the birthday of two good friends of mine, two good friends of the program. Tell them that you heard us talking about them on their birthday. One is Tashai, the son of Brother Dago Scott. Tashai in Mandeville. The daughter of Dago, Brother Dago in Mandeville, one of my longest time brethren, Brother Dago Hugh Scott. His daughter's birthday today, Tashai. Wish her all the best, all the best. Anybody know Tashai or Dago, tell them that we have best wishes for her as usual on her birthday today. Also, a brethren of mine, well known in the Pan-African movement, Brother Heru, otherwise known as Racy Matthews, Horace Matthews, otherwise known as Brother Heru of the Marcus Garvey People's Political Party and the UNIA, Brother Heru Horace Matthews Racy of the Marcus Garvey People's Political Party and the UNIA, Universal Negro Improvement Association, the Marcus Garvey organization in Jamaica. Heru birthday today also, 1st of May. A day also known as May Day. May Day, 1st of May. As a matter of fact, today is also the Teachers' Day, celebrated all around the world in May. Teachers' Day. Also Child Month, also Mother's Day, all of them appropriately in May. Now, one thing that is very topical in Jamaica and around the world is the activity and the actions of students, young people, especially those in schools. Right now, we have a lot of demonstration and violent protests going on in the United States in universities and high schools, clashes with the security forces over issues. And the same thing in Jamaica, not so much over issues, but the clashes of students with one another, violent clashes of students with one another, especially at transport centers or places that many students wait for transportation. You know that at certain places in Jamaica, including transport centers and bus parks, sometimes hundreds and thousands of students of all ages, especially from early teenage to late teenage, meet up and are there at the bus park and bus centers for hours. Sometimes they stay there for hours because they want to, but half of the time it's because they're just not getting any bus in less than 2 hours. And a lot of clashes take place at these places, just like how they might take place at stadiums. You know, stadia, well, the proper plural of stadium is stadia, like how the proper plural of medium is media. So technically, we're not supposed to say stadiums. But, you know, people book up a stadium, trap meet, football match all about, and after the match or before the match or during the meet, there's sometimes clash of young people who are irritable. Sometimes they're not irritable, they're just full of tension and a lot of energy. And the competitiveness of life, even the competitive of trying to get the attention of nice people of the opposite sex. You know that human beings, when they reach adolescence, when they reach 10, 11, 12 going up, they become very conscious of the attractiveness of the people who are not of the same sex as them. And that becomes one of the most energetic things in human life, the attraction of males and females to each other. And when people trying to get the attention or trying to make the other person appreciate that, boy, I admire you very much. In other words, to get them attention and say, I admire you very much. There's something very nice about you. There's a lot of competition between many males and many females to get attention. The females handle their competition much better than the males because the females are far more intuitive and have many ways without speaking language of attracting attention or making the other person know that I like you. But males are not so good at that. Some males usually clash or try to stand up in front of one another or try to put down one another in order to make the person of the other sex know that, boy, I like you, you know. So you have a lot of tension and energy when hundreds and thousands of males and females of the adolescent ages come together one place and everybody trying to get attention and everybody trying to show, it's not just bad, you know, everybody trying to show appreciation for the other one. Another thing, well, I don't want to get to that yet because a few other things of topical interest in the news. So in the high schools and in the public places in Jamaica, like in other parts of the world, there are a lot of violent clashes daily between thousands of youth waiting on bus 2, 3, 4 hours or waiting to get the attention of other people. Another big thing in Jamaica, and it appears in our newspapers, about the Gleaner and the Observer today, the frequent wife, husband, or partner, or lover killing. The frequent killing in Jamaica of organized killing of the partner, whether wife and husband, or other kind of partnership that not married. Sometimes there's no love neither, but there's partnership for benefits. Because some people have arrangement that is not a wife and husband, and is not boyfriend and girlfriend, but them call it friends with benefits. The benefit is what? The company of the other one, and the other one might have some nice qualities that nice to see every day. Them look good, them smell good, and them feel good, and you want them company every day, but you don't really love them. But you have a benefit of getting the nice company, or you might have the benefit of the person who like you always can buy lunch. Friends with benefits. And then you have people who are lovers who really love one another. And then when the love goes sour, a lot of arranged killing in Jamaica, more and more. Killing that is paid for, and frequently somebody else do the killing and get paid. Almost every week. And this thing is becoming more and more common in Jamaica. Killing as a business amongst people related to one another. Killing as a business. Killing for benefit from what the person going dead left and you get it when you kill them. Or killing through insurance policy. When them dead, you go and get them insurance money, all $100 million where you insure them for. Now, one more thing before I go to something way back in history. on the front page of the Gleaner, or one of the pages in the Gleaner, there's a discussion, interestingly, by two major opinion makers in Montego Bay, but it's a national question I'm talking about. One of them is Shalman Scott, one-time politician, one-time mayor of Montego Bay, and columnist in newspaper over the years. And another journalist, also being a politician on both sides of the political fence, both JLP and PNP. Lloyd B. Smith has been a representative, I think, of both PNP and JLP, and both of them making comments in the paper about the latest polls and about the latest position of the political parties, the two main political parties, compared to one another. And there's some news coming out later that the PNP and the leader of the PNP is now more popular than the JLP and the leader of the JLP. And Shalman Scott, the one-time mayor of Montego Bay and long-time journalist, has been quoted in the Gleaner as saying that the JLP is wounded, get hurt, politically get wounded and hurt, but still alive. But on the other hand now, Lloyd B. Smith, another prominent Montego Bay columnist and one-time politician, is saying that the JLP is in serious trouble. Shalman Scott said yes, them in trouble, but them still alive. But Lloyd B. Smith is apparently saying that them in serious trouble, more serious than the probability for them going and bounce back out of them trouble. That's another one of the public opinion topics that has been seen in the news and the newspapers recently. Now something from the past. And let me repeat the telephone number, which you may access in about a couple of minutes, or right now, make the phone call now. After I make the comment about two things that happened in our history many years ago in the history of Jamaica. The number by which you may reach this program is 772-8642. 772-8642. Now, two things that happened in the history of Jamaica on this day and a few days before this day, the 18th of April. The 18th of April is just 13 days away from today. 13 days ago, on the 18th of April, in 1966, the government of Jamaica, through the Prime Minister at the time, or the Deputy Prime Minister, Donald Sangster, announced, a few days after them announced that Haile Selassie, the Emperor of Ethiopia, is coming to Jamaica in a few days in 1966, them announced that Haile Selassie did send some money to set up a school. And the school that he was going to set up, and the school that he did set up, was intended to be very much like this school here, Heinz Simonette School in Montego Bay. It was set up to bring young people of all different economic income together, that people that rich and people that poor go into school together and learn from one another. And Haile Selassie did give that money to Jamaica a couple of years before to set up that school. And now that Haile Selassie is going to visit Jamaica in a few days' time, the government is in trouble because them don't take the money and set up the school. And Haile Selassie is coming to Jamaica. And him going to come to Jamaica and don't send a school. So that is what happened in 1966 on the 18th of April. The government was forced to announce to the public that Haile Selassie did donate some money to set up a nice school. And he is coming to Jamaica in 3 days' time, and no school don't build. No school has been built with the money that him give them from more than 2 years before. Now, 2 years before, at about the same time, a prime minister of another West Indian country, Trinidad, passed through Jamaica in 1964 on the 1st of May. And why did he pass through Jamaica? He was going home to Trinidad, and he had to fly from New York to Jamaica so that he could get a plane to Trinidad. And where was he coming from? He was on a long trip to Africa. The Prime Minister of Trinidad at the time, Dr. Eric Williams, made a long trip to Africa and is coming home from Africa, have to fly from New York to Jamaica to connect with a plane to take him back to Trinidad. And he just had a few hours at the airport. And the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Eric Williams, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Bustamante, go meet him at the airport and greet him. 1964. And you know why Eric Williams went to Africa? He went to a big conference in Africa of many African leaders. And because he was interested in linking up with Africa, he went to that conference. But the Jamaica government wasn't interested in those link-ups. So they never went to that conference. And you know what he did at that conference? He met with Haile Selassie, the Emperor of Ethiopia, and asked him, please come and visit Trinidad as soon as you can. Just 2 years before Haile Selassie come to Trinidad and Jamaica, you know, is Eric Williams invite Haile Selassie to the Caribbean, make him did come to Jamaica, you know, 2 years before. And he passed through Jamaica when he was going back to Trinidad from that African conference, Eric Williams. Now, Eric Williams is one of the early politicians and social scientists in the Caribbean who link up with Africa and who is explaining what happened to us after them enslave our people in the Caribbean and how we must get out of it. Eric Williams was way ahead of Norman Manley. You have several other Caribbean leaders. I admire Norman Manley for his brilliance in many things, you know, in law and in sport and in all different kind of things, politics. He must carry out some brilliant work. But you had other Caribbean leaders who was even way ahead of him, Norman Manley, but we think that him was the greatest thing in the Caribbean. Just like how we might think that nobody can ever break Bolt's world record. But people going to come break Bolt's world record. No one is on top forever. And no one alone know everything. So anyway, Eric Williams was way ahead of Norman Manley. And you have other Caribbean leaders who are way ahead of the people in Jamaica. Sometimes some of our people is way ahead. Marcus Garvey for years was way ahead of the other African leaders around the world. And there's other times other people come up and outshine him, because that is what happened with Rastafari. Rastafari raised up and came and started some greater work than Marcus Garvey, although he used to help Marcus Garvey before. And after a while, it caused a little rivalry and tension, like what used to broke out at the transport center between different schools and different youth who outshining one another. So it is. So that is great. As I said again, you may call the program now because we have some time before we do any more interviews. And the number to call the program is 772-8642. We have a call coming in. So let us take that first call. Ready? Okay. Hello, are you there?
Jalil.
Well, go on.
Hello?
Yes, I'm hearing you. Are you hearing me?
Hello?
You're not hearing me? I am hearing you. It sounds like Vervine.
Yeah, I just hear you now.
Sound like Vervine on the line.
Yes, Vervine. You know, Vervine Pakistan, you know?
Yeah, man. What on?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you talk to a brother there. His name again. What? And a Walsh.
Walsh. What I was talking about?
The development of it.
No, the mayor of Montego Bay.
No, man. The better way that we do it. Interview.
What I was talking to him about?
But the development of Montego Bay. And
yes, man. Yeah, man. Is the mayor of Montego Bay, Mr. Vernon?
Yeah, Vernon, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but in talk now, it's still, you know, but the things that we matter is like a folly. Here, earlier in idea, me here, Ralston and Clark attack.
Ralston and which Clark? The finance minister?
Yeah, finance minister, yeah. And I tell you the truth, you know. Ralston put in a corner where, when I tell you, man, no.
Ralston put the finance minister in a corner.
Yeah, man. That's in I tell you, man, it's terrible. You have to listen to that interview today.
Yes, in terms of what kind of corner, which kind of plan, what Ralston was showing him that can't work or that must work and Clark no one do it.
That can't work. Can't work because it's right now, to my understanding.
Yes.
From long time. The government are robbing the revenue.
Yes. The government robbing the revenue. You know, in other words, the government is collecting taxes and not and taking it away.
Because even right now the private sector now balance the thing. So everything comes down from we the citizens.
The private sector what?
Now balance the thing and then now pay up.
You mean them not paying as much as what the poorer citizen paying?
Yeah, because right now them owe a couple billion.
Yeah.
You know see it? And right now I try to put him in my dad and a dad. And so me say, I say to myself, put it on him Ralston. Because, you know
so tell me something now.
Yeah.
So when you listen to me talk to Mr. Vernon, you feel like me I put him in a corner?
No, you see, you allow him to talk something about the land, or when you reach the land part, but not talk about. You know?
So I allow him to talk. In other words, no, I shouldn't allow him to talk.
You man, you should make him get the understanding fully, man, because the land don't, on the hill of people live, and the flat of land.
Yes.
And you want to go on like you will then, right now, at this time, I just start to have to live back.
No, I think him understand, you know, because I expressed it about 2 or 3 times. I think him understand. But I think that he has to stay in line with the policy of his administration, so he can't just give up. He could agree with me that the people of Jamaica must be settled on land, but him not just going to give up the policy of the government where he is a part of. Why you laugh?
Well, I tell you, man, I tell you, Judge Jerry, when we hear that interview there with Ralston and the minister.
Yes.
I tell you, man, me just know, say, me did that same thing a long time.
So now,
let me tell you something. It coming like you have $50, right?
Yeah.
And you owe $30.
Yes.
Yeah. So you borrow $50 to pay $30.
Yes.
Then say you have $20, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But differently on the $20 you have, you know. Because you borrow out of the $50 where you borrow.
Yes, you owe 30 back.
I borrow money that, you know, see. So if a thing happen now, they cost $100. You mash up.
So tell me something now.
Yeah.
If your party win the next election,
yeah,
what measures me and you or other people can put in place to see that them don't start take things to themselves and them spend all of the money accounted for? What measure you can put in place to set them not behave just like what are going before them?
Well, what is now, Terry? What is now?
Yeah.
One thing I say.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear say if we win, I don't want to hear say no money in the city.
I know you don't want to hear it, but what measures you want to put in? Well, you hear me?
Yeah, man.
But now make you get to it, just like how you don't want me to make the mayor get to it.
Yeah, man.
Why don't want me done talk?
All right.
Just like how you don't want me to make the mayor get to it. I say me now, you want to get to it from what me really ask because you don't answer.
No, man. No, man.
What measures we can put in place to situate, say, your party no slide way $20 out of the 50? What measures? What we could do to make sure that wrong? What we could do?
Well, my goal in a work on it.
No, don't tell me. I never asked if you come defend Mark Gold. And I say what measures we can put in place to make sure that it don't go. So don't we can put some measures in place?
We not set the law, man. You not set the law.
Set the law. So how are we going to get to set the law?
We the people.
Oh, yes, how are we going to get to set the law?
With the Constitution, we them a set up now.
No, we. How we going to get to set the law? We.
By starting.
Yes, by force them. When them a campaign, when your party a campaign, you must force them to agree to things. When a political meeting keeping in your area, the public must can get up and chat to who up on the platform, you know.
Jerry.
No, don't Jeremy, man. Don't Jeremy, man. Me and your brother enough. Don't Jeremy, man. I say, when a oh, yeah, the laugh? We know you're laughing. All right. When a political meeting keeping in your area, is people on platform for just get to chat to we and we just listen, or we must get to chat back to them in the meeting?
Yeah, man, we must get to chat back, man.
Just like how you call in the program now. Hold on it. Just like how you call in the program now. As a political meeting supposed to go in. That the public don't get chance to chat back to them before the meeting begin. Done.
I got not tell them about even the thing where Malawi Fort are going with.
No, but you're going for Malawi Fort again. But I don't.
Then I got not talk about the thing where I just talk about now, man. We want the thing to keep more than one town center. We want it to keep not every center at all we can talk.
Listen here. Your party is you supposed to control your party, you know that?
Your party has set the law now.
My party? Which is my party?
If PNP are my party.
Yes.
No must JLP are your one.
So you know said JLP are my party.
Well, watch out, different to just attack. Me are defend PNP and you are defend JLP.
No, everybody know that you defend PNP, you know. But you know say me defend JLP?
No, just for argument's sake.
No argument's sake. A foolishness attack, man. Vervine, may you have a chance and now to talk some serious thing how we can get things under control. And you got chat say, me I defend JLP. I joke here, man.
Hold on, Jerry, watch out.
I joke here, man.
If you like how me I talk now,
yeah.
I'm talk of the things then.
Yeah.
So the people out here and understand so we want the thing to go, you know.
No, but you come in with some like fool argument. You did talk sensibly, no. But for your start, no, hold on. You was talking sensibly, no. But for your start talk to Jerry, I defend JLP. People start saying, I drunk.
Hold on. Watch out. What is not Jerry? Jerry not say. Understand what I say. You say you just we talk with you like how we talk on the phone and so we supposed to talk.
When political meeting keeping a people neighborhood and town. Yeah. You make me talk, man. I make you talk or go on and I never cut you. And as I start talking, no, you want to cut me.
All right.
Keep quiet and listen, little man. When, I laugh. When political meeting keeping a different neighborhood and different town, we're going to change this thing that the public gets for talking at the meeting, not just politicians stand up on platform overhead and I talk down to it. Just through them I buy 2 beer and them I buy 2 liquor. We, the people, must chat to them before the meeting done, and they must have to answer and respond to it before the meeting done. And nobody cancel the meeting and start playing dancehall music.
I the same thing here, depend.
No, but you tell people idiot arguments that Jerry are different JLP. What kind of idiot are you? You drunk?
So what?
You talk that Jerry are different JLP. People will believe say you're drunk. You know?
No, hold on, man. No, what? I just do you say what you say, you know. It's an argument, you know. You said, all right, who is it? Who is it? If not talk about the JLP? Who is it?
All right, you wait to know. We only have one telephone line, and you make a nice call. You make a nice call because you start have a telephone call. So
man,
next day,
blessed love, man.
tomorrow you call again. I will see if we can go further.
Yeah, man. Blessed love, man. Yeah, man.
Same way. No drink no
Yeah,
no liquor tomorrow before you come, do you know?
Hmm?
Yeah, I'm saying no drink no liquor before you come tomorrow.
No.
Yeah, laugh. All right, we have a cut now. Nice. So the telephone number is there available for somebody else to make a call. And the number is 772-8642. 772-8642. You know, when I was coming here yesterday from Kingston, I hear the warning on the radar before, you know. So the drought is expected. So the weather office put out a sound say the drought is going to be broken today because from tomorrow, because from tomorrow, which was yesterday, rain going to start fall. And I tell you, almost the entire trip coming here, 4.5, listen, 4 hours drive. Almost the entire trip, rain either fall heavy or it fall light. And right now in a Montego Bay. All right. All right. Hello. Next call. Good afternoon. Okay. Yeah, the number is there available for you. Make a phone call. 772-8642. 772-8642. Yeah, man. So almost the entire trip between 2:30 and 6:30 along the way. It was either light rain or heavy rain, but we still enjoy it because I know rain is good. And then now today we in Montego Bay. Here it was raining cats and dogs there yesterday. All right, now in the afternoon we have a nice rain come down in the Montego Bay. So rain is good. Rain is good. No matter even if you have to drive more technically when you're driving in rain, but that is part of it. Anytime you want good, your nose go and run like water, like how the cloud run water, you know, that's great. I am here at the Simonage School. And you know, education is one of the greatest things we can organize for children. All right, let's get back to the telephone. Telephone? All right, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Jerry.
Yes, man.
Welcome back.
This sound like the
Welcome
puzzle.
back.
Yeah, man, this sound like the puzzle solver. Jigsaw.
No. It doesn't get to the puzzle. It's just a jigsaw.
Go ahead. We have 1 minute. We have 1 minute and then we can talk to you after the break. Go on. 1 minute. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, man, I can hold.
No, man, talk up the minute, man. Go on.
But the action we need to take as citizens,
as
of now, is to make sure our voters' registration is in place.
Each person. And we have
our voters' ID.
Okay.
So that now, those who register now between now and October will come out on the November list.
Yes.
If you don't have your franchise with the vote, you can't take part in the exercise to determine who you want to represent you.
All right, that's a short-term measure.
Yeah.
All right, well, welcome back to the program. We have a phone call waiting here, but we have two very interesting young men from the school going to talk to me a little. Let's set the call quickly, and we can return to the call later. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Are you there?
What's up?
Welcome.
What's up, Dago?
Dago? What go on, Dago?
Yeah. Well, I can't call you upon WhatsApp for credit soon.
You're on the air now, Dago. You're on the air. Go ahead, talk, sir. I just hailed Tasha upon her birthday, your daughter.
That is what I wanted to tell you, you know?
Yes, sir. Tasha's birthday. Yes, man. But you wasn't listening, but I hailed her before.
Our son what?
Yes, our son what?
Yeah. Our son won't carry out today for her birthday because she always treat people for them birthdays, so our son will treat her today.
That's great. Now, this is Dago, Scott Hughes. Scott, let me know, from 1968 January. One of the closest friends of Bob Marley and Rita Marley, and who coached them in the understanding of Rastafari when they were teenagers. Dago, this is Dago. Yes, Dago. Robin 82 years. Robin 82 years, not true.
80
years old last year.
December,
last year, December. But moving. 22nd December. Yes, moving still like a young man and still have a young mind. One of the greatest coaches of Bob Marley as a youth to leave Jamaica, go to the United States to study. And them try draw in at the Vietnam War and say, no, I'm going to war, you leave university and come back to Jamaica in 1966, 67?
67.
All right, I can't talk long because I have 2 young men at school here. And them don't have much time, but it's great to hear you, Dago. You can call back later in the program.
All right, we'll
yeah, man. Dago, one of the earliest coaches of Bob Marley. And Rita Marley. Let's go. Thank you very much. So we have our 2 young brothers here from the Heinz Simonage School, and they will introduce themselves. How are you doing, young man? How are you?
All right. Hello, my name is Zurich Clark. I'm from the Heinz Simonage School Senior Prefect.
Yeah. Clark, what's the first name again?
Oh, Zurich Clark.
Zurich Clark, great. Zurich Clark, Senior Prefect. Zurich Clark, Senior Prefect, and?
My name is Dejan Levine. I'm a Senior Prefect for the Heinz Simonage School.
How you spell Dejan?
Dejuan.
Juan. Oh, they want the Dejan, I understand. Levine, I understand. Yes, sir. I was reasoning you a little before you came on. What are you? The first thing I knew that is for some reason why they asked you to come here. It's because the teachers recognize certain things in you. Now you wanted to know something about me.
Yes, sir.
Just like what I want to know about you. I've been learning. What was it?
So know about the industry, how it started, and what drive you to join this?
Well, I was interested in the media from I was a very little boy. Always listening until 1963 when I was 15 years old. Television came to Jamaica. Very interested in it. And by the next year, 1964, I was drawn into television as a 16-year-old when they asked me to help form the first youth television discussion program on TV in Jamaica when I was 16 years old, 1964. Now, when I was 21 years old, 5 years later, I was drawn into radio because from I was a very young youth teenager, I was always up to date with music. And the greatest musician in Jamaica up to that time, Don Drummond, died. And when he died, they asked me to come on the radio and discuss the work and life of Don Drummond, 1969. So can you imagine getting those opportunities? Just a little bit older than you. You guys are 18 years old.
Yes, sir. Yes,
sir. Yeah. So what else again?
I don't really have any questions of myself. It's usually just Dejan that has most of the questions.
Yes, ma'am. By the way, were you born in Jamaica?
No, I was born in Canada. I've lived here most of my life.
Yeah, your parents are Jamaican?
Yeah, my parents are Jamaican. My dad was a musician, and that's what really raised me with reggae music and dancehall. The new style dancehall is what I'm usually used to, but my father has raised me to have an appreciation for the old style reggae and the old style dancehall, which means I usually listen to it from time to time. But the new style dancehall is what I usually listen to, but I still have an appreciation for the old style.
So you were learning those things before you came back to Jamaica? Before you came to Jamaica?
I was born in Canada, but came back to Jamaica just 2 months after. So I basically lived here my entire life.
Your father was a musician. What instrument?
No, he was a singer.
Was a singer, yeah?
Yeah, he was a singer. He didn't really...
In Canada?
No, not in Canada, in Jamaica. So he would be a performer for certain, let's say, entertainer at certain hotels or at certain concerts. He would go there and perform for the residents there or perform for the guests at those resorts.
Okay, in Canada?
Yeah. No, not in Canada, in Jamaica.
Okay, great. Yeah. So that's great. All right, we're going. You have most of the questions.
All right, sir. What was your passion?
And you are Dejan?
Yes, sir, Dejan, sir.
Yeah, man, great.
All right, so what was your passion, sir, for going into the radio industry?
Well, I always loved to listen to radio from as a very little boy.
Yes, sir.
I love the music. I love the discussion. I learned a lot about things that happened before I was born.
Yes, sir.
I was not at the crucifixion of Jesus Christ.
History then.
Yes, I was not at the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. But because you're interested in it, you can talk about it as if you were there. So we can learn things that happened long before us. And then it makes us understand things that happening now more than if we never know about a long time thing. So that interest now, I got the opportunity, as I said, when I was 21 years old, to go on the radio and talk about this guy because people knew that I was very interested in the music and knew more about most of the musicians than what most people my age and older knew. So, it suits you. Why not? Yeah,
so did you have a favorite artist growing up?
I had several, but One of the favorite artists was a man named Harry Belafonte.
Which
Why you smile? Why you smile? You ever heard that name before?
I'm not sure. No.
Well, this is a black American, African American. In 1956, he made an LP of Jamaican calypsos. That was the first LP, LP, long playing record. The first LP in the history of the world to sell 1 million copies. Is a Jamaican descendant singing Jamaican calypso, Jamaican Trinidad calypso. It's the first LP in the history of the world to sell 1 million copies. And there are many more, and I love to hear the black music, both Jamaican and foreign. And so I had about half dozen favorite, about 4 males and about 2 females. And when the Jamaicans start to record a lot, it's lovely.
Doing these radio shows, have you ever been able to meet these artists or any of the musicians?
Many of them. Because in addition to being a listener and a lover of the music, I am also a photographer from a young age. So being a photographer gets you into spaces which normally you wouldn't get to go otherwise. And being a photographer, you get all backstage close. Even my brother, who was Bob Marley, youngest friend who teach about Rastafari. You get to know people like this. I'm moving around with them. You get everywhere, even Montego Bay. The numbers of great people that I have met in Montego Bay, behind the scenes at jazz concerts, at reggae concerts. I meet them till sometimes them see another time. Sometimes they see another time and even recognize it. So I met Harry Belafonte several times. I know a lot of great musicians and a lot of great people that are worldwide known. I was a friend of Bob Marley. It was staying in my house in England. Sometime I introduced him to the organization that he became identified with, named the 12 Tribe of Israel. And you get to know a lot of people. I know Rita Marley. Matter of fact, I know them from they were teenagers. Moving around, especially when you have more than one interest, like photography plus music plus this plus that. They meet a lot of people along the way. You will meet a lot of people. You know that?
Yeah.
So how is Heinz Simon school been to you?
Well, I will be the one to say that so far it's been a great experience for me. I've been to this old school called Naz Children's Center, which is...
What's the name?
Oh, my name is Zurich Clark.
No, the name of the school?
Oh, Naz Children's Center.
Where was it? Where is it? Somewhere in Mobile?
Yes.
Yeah.
And when I came over to Heinz, well, there was a lot more opportunities for me and much better experiences that I've had in just a couple months.
Yeah.
Being able to be a part of chess club where I was able to expand my skills, football club. I was able to go on a lot of trips and have these different experiences.
Yeah.
And I think the learning process is a lot better. So yeah, my experience here at NAS has been, Heinz, it's been a lot better.
Yeah. What about you?
So I went to Monroe College.
Monroe?
Monroe, yes.
Oh yeah? How come?
So I passed there in grade 7.
And you were living in Montego Bay?
No, I was living in St. Anne. And then
Which part of St. Anne?
Draxall, Man in Mountain Bay.
Draxall?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It was a good
Yeah, you got a scholarship to Monroe?
No, not scholarship. I just passed.
You passed there. Okay, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It was a good experience, but then when I left, I had a lot of memories there. But then I came to Heinz because I heard it was a better experience for us for the learning.
Yeah.
And when I came here, the teachers were so open, welcoming, and everything. And the same with the students and the clubs. They welcome me in Key Club. It's a very good club. I love giving back to the environment, the community, the people.
Yeah. That's great because you know that adolescence is a process of change and growth. You know, coalescence.
Yeah.
That's when things come together and combine. Like when water is freezing, the gradual coming together of the elements and the molecules make it more solid, because they're coming closer together. So water turning into ice is a form of coalescence. So the part of the word named lescence means turning into. So adolescence is turning into what?
An adult.
Yes. So adolescence start in females a little earlier than in males. It can start from about 9, 10, 11 because they start to develop the capacity to reproduce life. Most males don't reach that period till probably 12, 13, couple years behind the girl, but both of them are becoming adults. And that process takes maybe 10 years to solidify. But certainly by the time they are 13 in the females, and by the time they are 15, 16 in males, they are capable of reproducing. So that is the first stage physically of adulthood. And at the same time, their minds is getting more adult. And they start to having attitudes of experience. And even other things develop in them. They don't talk so quick, they think. But when you reach 15 and 16, they start, don't talk so quick. You think and observe and keep quiet. You're becoming more like a man.
I believe it also comes with experience, not just with age, but because I've seen people that are growing into adults that are like growing up with the age, but not necessarily having that same thought process of thinking before you speak or observing, just talking and talking and talking. I think it also just comes with experience and being out there and really experiencing these different things, like meeting new people or being in certain situations to also create the mind that you need to be like an adult.
That's called maturing. Yeah, man. So it is now that you acquire different stages of adulthood, probably first physical, and then temperamental and mental, and so on and so on. And even after you reach 18, you're still developing into maturity and experience, but you're still capable of reproducing before that. And when you reach 18, by the law in Jamaica, when you reach 18, you may now help to decide who's going to be the government. You can vote. Did you know there's an age, when you reach that age, your parents don't have to feed you again?
Yes.
What age is that?
That's 18. Like when you 16, yeah, 16. I believe that 16 was the age of consent.
That is also the age where you may consent. You may give somebody consent to have physical relations with you, both a male and female, age of consent. And when you have the age of consent, it is because that is in the mental capacity, that is the age where in Jamaica the law says you may now do things without asking your parents. And it is mutual. Your parents also have no more obligation to feed you because you now have the age of consent. And your parents don't have any obligation for you to stay in the house. They may put you out of the house. They don't have to feed you again. You don't have to ask them if you may kiss a girl. And it's 16, age of consent. So these things are happening. And I think these things should be taught in school more so that you understand these things earlier. And that will make you more mature before you reach 16. And you may also get a license to drive a car at 17. So you have 16 age of consent. You have license to drive cars 17. You have license to choose government 18, and things just happen and happen. But life is beautiful.
I agree, sir.
Beautiful. And this is how gradually we start to choose what are we going to do with our life, you know?
Yes, sir.
But have you chosen any profession yet?
I do have this one profession in mind that I've been set from since I was 5 years old, and that was becoming an airline pilot, because my mom was a flight attendant, until the terrible incident with Fly Jamaica. She used to work with Air Jamaica, then switched over, but during that time, I would be on flights with her all the time, and I'd be in the planes looking out the windows. And I always just had this appreciation for looking out the window and just appreciating the skies and the cities and everything. It was just very beautiful to me. So from then, I was just really passionate about being able to control the plane itself and flying through the skies. I had a real appreciation for it.
And this we just spoke a while ago, that when you reach 17, you now reach the age where you may be licensed to drive. And you are talking there about 5 years old, thinking about when you're going to get the license to fly. And nothing can stop you from getting that if you decide that. Nothing can stop you. What about you? What?
Mechanical engineering, sir.
Sit down. Mechanical engineering.
Yes, sir.
That is me. That is my dream. From as a little boy.
Why did you change up on it, sir?
I didn't change.
You didn't change?
My father was a lawyer.
Yes, sir.
And was the first black judge in Jamaica. And he wanted me to become a lawyer. So he always discouraged me. I take all my money and I buy car book and mechanic book from him a little boy.
Yes, sir.
And he wanted me to become a lawyer. He's telling me, where will you get a job in Jamaica to build cars? They don't want me to become a lawyer. But that is what I pursue. I didn't get to go study it, but I have always been involved in vehicles. And both of my sons are in the motor vehicle industry. One in the United States doing very well, one in Jamaica doing very well. But I teach my children to drive. I'm 11 years old, girl and boy.
Yes, sir.
And the first thing I teach them, change a tire.
Yes, sir.
Jack up the car and change the tire, girl and boy. And they are so comfortable. But the fact is they're just like you. So how early did you identify that?
Since I was young, my father was in the automotive industry, and same as my family.
Yeah, in where? What country?
Canada and Jamaica.
Yeah, great.
Yes, sir.
So you become acquainted with it.
Yes, sir. And I have family friends who is in the automotive industry as well, too.
Yes, your friends and family.
Yes, sir. And I used to be around them, learn about cars and stuff, and they used to do the race at Dover.
Yeah.
I always wanted to drive one of them and stuff like that.
Yes, yes. What about you? Let me the mic here.
Yes, sir.
Could you repeat the question, sir?
What profession or trade or skill? Oh yeah, you told us already.
Yes, sir.
Business.
Yes, sir.
And I heard that you got 8 scholarships to 8 different universities.
Yes, sir. That
you
is
have
right.
been offered.
Yes,
Can
sir.
you imagine?
Grateful
Can
and
you get a
blessed.
picture with
Sir.
him?
Grateful and blessed.
I tell you, you're born in Jamaica.
Yes, sir.
What's your name again?
Karan Samtani, sir.
Yes, great, great. Now the people in Jamaica have come here from many parts of the world. And you're parents from India.
Yes, sir.
See? And this has been called now the West Indies. Because when human beings realize that the earth is round, most human beings know that the earth is round from studying the skies, seeing the sun and seeing the moon. They realize that this is just like them, the earth is round. But most human beings believe that the earth is round like a plate.
Oh, flat.
But some human beings found out earlier that it is round like a ball. So most human beings used to think that if you travel too far on this round thing, you will drop off the edge of the plate. But some human beings found out earlier that no, it is round like a ball, and what goes around, you will come right back around. So the first opportunity the people in Spain and Portugal got, they learned from some other people nearby that it's round like a ball and not going to drop off the edge. And they set sail and say, we want to go to India where all the fine spices and all of the valuable things are. But we don't want to go that way because every country we pass through before we reach India, we have to pay tax. And when we go there and get the spices and the jewelry and all the great things in India, when we're coming back, we have to pay tax again when it costs too much. If we can find a way to sail this way around and reach India, we can avoid all of them tax and the profit being cut. So when they set out sail to prove that the earth is round, when they reach these places, they say, we are in India. And they start calling it the West Indies. Well, technically, the first people that populated North America and South America traveled from Asia and came to North America and South America 10,000 years before the European. So technically, yes, this is coming like a western part of India. But it was very interesting of him. And the people have come to Jamaica from all over the world and settled here. And Jamaica is admired very much because the people in the Caribbean in Jamaica get along with one another and are not uncomfortable with people of other cultures as much as some other people. So that's why here Jamaica take the motto, out of many,
one
we
people.
call into one people.
Yes, sir.
But
And
it's
that's,
very,
that's also what Jamaica is known as, like a melting pot of cultures.
Exactly.
People from all over the globe flock here.
Yes. But we still preserve the ingredients, although we melt together. We still preserve the ingredients that not everything must melt together, but melting together is a great component.
In such a way that you're saying that it's like putting a good recipe together. Each ingredient is its own, but when you put them together, it makes something beautiful.
Right. And you still maintain the ingredients. Big on. Now, a lot of people didn't know that why the spices of India was so valuable. The Indians discovered how to preserve meat long before the refrigerator. People believe that spices is just for flavor. Spices are not just for flavor. Spices are for the preservation of food. Did you know that when you put spice on food, it stays fresh longer? In Europe, when in Europe, in the cold climate, and you kill an animal, a deer, like you kill a deer, you have fresh meat for the first 3 days. But after 3 days, you're eating stale meat. And they get comfortable with it because they say, this is how it is. When the European discovered that in India you have spices that keep your meat fresh 2 weeks, 3 weeks, months, that spice becomes so valuable because you're now living healthier. Because you learn from other people how to preserve. So there's a lot of reasons why people learn from one another. It's great. So your business, finance?
Yes, sir.
How early you started to grasp what finance?
Well, sir, most of my family have degrees in business. Some of them have their own business, and some of them have used degrees in business and finance to maybe work in banks or the corporations.
Yeah.
When I went to India a couple of years ago, my uncle from Spain, he recently got promoted to be the president of the Bank of America in Europe. So he talked to me a lot about it, and I felt that that's a position I feel like I could really take on for myself in the future. So I really aspire to be like him every day, and think that, if I continue on the path I'm continuing that I've been on, I can get to that position even more.
Yeah, man.
It's all about that drive from within, sir.
Yes, sir. So when human beings discover that they can dig a canal between Asia and Europe and sail through the Red Sea instead of sailing all the way around, that's a much quicker trip to reach India.
Yes, sir.
And you only have to pay to come through that canal. So you can imagine all these developments make things easier.
Yes, sir.
And then finance now. When human beings discovered that if somebody is reliable, you can give him goods and he will pay you next year. So you have a system of credit where, because you are reliable, I will give you my car to use till next year and you will pay me next year. That's credit system, And things like this now you will study and know how to take your money. All right. Well, it's been great talking to you. I learned a little bit about all of you.
I'm glad to hear that, sir.
And that's great. Well, I heard you talking earlier.
Yes, sir.
With the principal and thing is really great. A lot of adults don't know how young people are before them start to have a clear image of what they want to do. It's great. Nice meeting you.
Thank you for having us, sir.
Nice meeting you too, sir.
Yeah, man. Maybe you get a pick. You have a piece of music you can play. I'm going to open back the phone line. But we're supposed to have a Beautiful Island. Can we get Beautiful Island on YouTube? Folks Brothers, Folkes, Folks Brothers. Can you get 1 minute? I'd like to take a photograph of it. All right, yes, we're going to open the phone lines. We're going to play a piece of music. The phone number, the number to call, because we have some time to take some phone calls, The number to call is 772-8642. 772-8642. Yes, man. Beautiful island by the Folks brothers. Just great talking to them young people there. 3 young brothers there. Great talking to them at the Heinz Simonage School. We'll take a call. Good afternoon. Welcome to the program.
Yes, Bongo. What are going there?
What going on? A Taliban this?
Yeah, man, a Taliban.
Oh, what you say?
Me have the island seed for you now.
You have what?
Me have the island seed for you.
Oil nut, castor oil seed.
Yes.
Yeah, man, I have to go come get it soon.
Yeah. And Bob Marley say, who give us the teaching of His Majesty?
All right.
So we know one of them
feel it in the one drop, it name. One drop.
Yes, and you never finish this when you did that talk on the program, Bongo. When you say I come for when His Majesty did go to France.
When him go to France, yeah.
Yes, and you say there is assassination attempt.
Yes, man, hijack and assassination.
Yes, when His Majesty grandson kidnap the plane.
Yes, him try hijack the plane, him grandson.
Yeah.
30,
you never finished it, the program did done.
When me that talk about it?
When you talk to Ibi Lion for Tanzania.
Oh, yes. Yes, the 13th of September, 1973.
Yes.
But we could talk about it when we reach back next studio tomorrow, no? Go and talk about something because I have to start back from the beginning. So it better.
Yeah, pick up the student them, man. Me love it with the student them. Them all learn Bongo.
I tell them, man, it's so great. It's so great time talking to them.
Yes, and as you said, they not do nothing till when him about to come.
Yes. Them not build a school. Him send money for go establish a school from 1964. And 2 years later, I come to Jamaica, them not build on it. Them go bulldoze off some people off of some land. Quick. And say them all build school. And carries Majesty see the open land. Them say where the school is. Them say address the open land where I beg him lay cornerstone. You ever see man lay cornerstone on open land? Cornerstone label and building are done.
Yes.
But anyway. But we're not going to be bitter, you know. Cause you know what we have to learn? We have to learn to kind of hold down resentment. You know resentment?
No.
Resentment is when you resent something. Somebody do something and you don't like it, and you resent it, and you don't like it, and you not smile up with them. Resentment.
Yes.
It's not a good thing for you keeping it, because it spoil up your feeling. Resentment. So a lot of the things that happen that is not good for us. We have to get out of the habit of harboring resentment. And you just have that bad feeling in you all the while.
Yes.
And through that now, that's why His Majesty never have no resentment against Marcus Garvey. Even though Marcus Garvey talk some hard thing against him, because His Majesty knows that it's not good for have up resentment. You know, I will get for do the work we have to do.
Yes. Bongo, me born 1985, you know.
Yeah.
And I tell you, sir, me don't see when His Majesty got a man to go here, they never want to play for left.
Yes, no. Never want to
play for left. No people about solid on the plane.
Yes.
People turn up on the plane bottom. Black wheel.
Yes. And you know, say, when His Majesty come on Mobile, man, them couldn't carry out no red carpet gun salute up a Palisades, up a Palisades, you know. The whole of that spoil up because the crowd run out there. Says when them go away, them carry out the red carpet and the gun salute, you know. When them leave the island 4 days later, the Monday.
Yes.
The Monday, the 24th of April. Monday.
All right, Bongo, we get some rain a while ago. We are get rain now.
We are get peace out right now, Mobile. Look at now. What month in 1985 you born?
February.
What date?
The 1st of February.
Where you say you and Dennis Brown born the same date?
Yes.
All the while you never make you know, said, it's all right.
Yeah, man, they don't make you know, man, then you know, 16.
Yes, me
Well,
the
we
16th.
have February, man, you know.
But I never remember saying the first. Maybe we don't drink too much beer.
All right, big up yourself, man. I'm a lovely student and them bright Bongo.
Why them bright is a shame?
Now I tell you, say, yo, we need to build a school. We have to go build a school.
More school.
Yeah, man.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And when you build a school, you have to go have house where them in, you know, different house to run against one another, you know.
Yes, man. Me know, man.
And one of the school in St. Elizabeth. We'll call one of the house Taliban.
All right. I'm very small.
Yes,
but Robin Bongo.
Yes, all right, but we not the Taliban where them say a terrorist do, you know. All right. Thanks for the call here, sir. Thanks for the call. All right, the telephone line is open there for your next call. Telephone line open for your next call because we have a few minutes left, about 50 minutes. And the number is 772. But I say hear you upon the program, you know. Yes, man, brother, you take good care of us. And Mr. Patrick Rose taking very good care of us from we come here right back till when we leave. And that's why we say it's a beautiful island. The number to call is 772-8642. 772-8642. Yes, I did want to talk about that from a come forward here, you know. And you know the name of the program is straightforward. The need for us not to harbor resentment. When me a old man, we start practice that, you know, for back off resentment. I can't carry too much resentment in me because of bad things that happen to me or somebody do me something. Not good for you at all. Let's get back to the phone. Good afternoon and welcome.
Above the fallen near the brother.
Why they sound like the Pinnacle, man?
We miss your voice now, brother, man. We really miss your voice.
So on. But we not miss, man. The engine did not miss, but we change the plug and we clean out the injector. So we not talk about no miss again.
Hey, no, man. A pure hits. Pure hits.
Yes. So what go on?
We just have to take it easy on a bill here, brother, man.
No, talk slow because this English accent thing we can't get through your way. Talk slow.
Mister, we just go easy and I build the spirit.
Yes. The spirit will build the material. Yes,
yeah,
man.
that's the key there.
Yeah, man, the spirit build the material, man.
Yes, sir.
Good to hear you. Good to hear you as one of the...
You see, from me here, see I come back on the radio, me not stop grin.
Yeah, grin. In it.
A good news, man. A good news. Cause, you know, a time, yeah, brother.
Yes, man, it's good for you from the eye.
Yes, sir. We are going to link.
You know, have none of the female them near you.
No, not at all right now, yeah, man.
Because we can't deck the stars and the whole patars and business not going to work, you know.
Yeah.
Yes,
but do me a favor, big up me my children mother. It's her birthday today.
Oh yes, sir. What's your name again?
Ingrid. Yeah.
Yes.
Big her up.
England,
hard worker.
Is England you know her from?
Eh?
Is England you know her from?
No, man. I'm Maroon, you know.
Maroon from which one in the community?
From up a Moortown.
Moortown, that's a Portland.
Yeah. Nanny place.
Nanny town, yeah man.
Yeah, man. That's where she come from.
Nanny return fire, you know. You know, so them fire upon Nanny, I should return fire.
The line bad, man. Yeah, me I hear only for echo.
Echo, yes. I said Nanny, them shoot after Nanny, I should return the fire, you know.
Yeah.
If you know him turn around, she does return the fire.
Yeah.
Yes, Pinnacle, man. Good to hear you.
Yes, I love and like you, brother.
Same
you don't know if you can play a tune?
Which one?
Stronger by Desiree.
Yes. I'm not sure. We have about 12 minutes. We'll see how it goes. Otherwise, I call tomorrow. Tomorrow we're broadcasting back from Kingston.
All right.
All the best.
I love and like.
All the best here, sir.
Aye.
Thank you very much. We have availability to take another call. Let's read back the numbers again. 772-8642. 772-8642. Yeah, man, one of the things that I learned and determined to do in my recent travels for half of last year is to take some of the lessons and the example that I learned from the Tanzania people. Because first thing about it, I was so surprised. The people in Tanzania not talk loud. You see how Jamaica will talk loud and row with one another, and little more we joke with one another, and little more we row with one another again. The people of Tanzania don't talk loud, all when them are dispute with one another. Them talk quietly. Now this is a new way of living, you know. For we Jamaican now, not stop row and make noise out the road. We'll take back our next call. Good afternoon and welcome to the program.
Yes, Mr. Small. Good afternoon to you.
This is Miss Young.
Yes, sir.
Talk up a little louder. Put your mouth close to the phone, please, ma'am.
Yes, yes.
Why you've called about 4 times yesterday, but you are determined. Thank you very much.
Yes. I have a concern.
Talk up louder, please, Miss Young. Put your mouth close. Yes.
As this month is Child Month.
This month is Child's Month.
Yes.
Yes.
And a few weeks ago, I heard on a program, another station that in Jamaica, they have a that's called art. You are aware of?
All right, hold on. In Jamaica, there is something that is called what? Autism?
Autism that affects newborns.
Yes, autism. A lot of autism in Jamaica, but it's right around the world it exists, and you know that.
Yes, but the doctor were saying every 10 males to make 1 out of every 10 males.
Okay, so for every 10 babies, male babies that born, boy baby, one of them likely to have autism. And what you understand autism to mean?
I think it's a disease that affects the brain or something.
Yes, it affects the brain. It affects the brain, and when it affects the brain, how it make that child behave?
I don't have the proper reasonability of comprehending simple things.
Yeah, they comprehend things or they understand things in different ways than most people. It's not say them brain are good enough. They understand things in different ways than most people.
Yes.
And here the next thing that I understand about autism, but I'm not an expert. The autism, that human being, they're more into themselves, not selfish enough. They're more into themselves and don't communicate so much with other people.
Yes.
So they mostly talk to themselves and think to themselves, and therefore them come peculiar to compare with other people, because it's like they're more in a self. You understand me?
Yes, sir. That's very well.
And sometimes
my concern is for the Minister of Health and those that are in authority. Say, for example, let's say in Jamaica here, I think they should be more proactive because it's very alarming to 1 out of every 10.
Yeah, that is alarming. Here what I wanted to do, Ms. Young. I wanted to call the program early tomorrow, and we can talk about it some more. I have to close the program now with a special guest, but early tomorrow. But I would like how you was consistent yesterday and determined to get on the program. But thank you very much, yeah? Yes, now we're going to talk to Mr. Craig Powell, right? And he's the CEO, Chief Executive Officer of AD Intelligent. Intelligent. Is this a marketing outfit?
Yes, it is a marketing outfit. It's a digital marketing agency.
And I understand that you are a youth awardee of the Prime Minister's office.
Yes, in entrepreneurship.
Recognizing outstanding performance and achievement by a young person in Jamaica.
That is true. I got the award, I think, 2 weeks ago on a Sunday or Saturday.
Yeah.
For entrepreneurship.
Entrepreneurship. Oh, so what is it? Because of your your achievement with Ad Intelligence?
I think so, but a combination of some of the nation building activities that Intelligence has taken on, and some of the works for the clients. So not just the fact that we're an agency, but I think we did an event last year called Keys to LATAM.
Called what?
Keys to LATAM, which was all about helping Jamaica learn how to export more to Latin American countries.
How old are you?
I'm 28.
Yeah. And you grew up in Montego Bay?
No, in Kingston.
Yeah.
In Kingston.
What brought you here?
I'm at a conference for the Earnest and Young Entrepreneurship Academy.
Oh, so you're not living in Montego Bay?
I'm not living in Montego
You're
Bay.
visiting?
But I have clients in Montego Bay. Gateway Credit Union is my client.
Tell me more about Ad Intelligence.
So Ad Intelligence is a digital marketing agency that focuses on large corporate and government clients and some medium-sized businesses, and of course some specialty events, with a focus on operating in the Caribbean and Latin American region. And basically, we are a digital-first agency that tries to take anyone's objective and goals and come up with digital strategies to activate. But we do traditional things.
So where did you learn so much so early about that?
I think it was my first business that I ever really was in college. I was a party promoter.
Part of what?
A party promoter. So I put on parties when I was in America.
Oh.
And I learned about marketing there. So I actually...
Yeah, you're born in America?
No, born in Jamaica.
Yeah.
But I went to college overseas.
Yeah. Oh, yeah?
And the biggest part I put on was actually with Young Thug and Migos before they were really famous. Yeah. I was putting on parties.
Are these rappers?
Yeah, they're big rappers, right?
I'm not so up to date.
But at the club.
Yeah.
And so I learned about marketing from there, how to put ads, because I was at a school called Trinity University, and I was servicing San Antonio. And instead of just hiring party promoters at each schools, I would use digital ads. This is in 2014 to run ads into those different regions, into those schools. So I learned from there.
Okay. So now you're acquainted with Montego Bay before now?
Yes. I love Montego. Montego Bay is changing rapidly. It looked different than it did even last year.
Yeah.
It looked different.
I don't think it will leave you behind. I think it will keep up with it.
I hope so. I think this is the future. I mean, I was just here a week ago, actually, on a real estate conference. Mm-hmm. And I went to Harmony Beach Park for the first time. I said, what a wonderful place. And the quality of life in Montego Bay must have increased because now you can go to this place for free.
You know what is the nickname or the brand name for Montego Bay?
The second city?
Mm-hmm.
Or the new one? Which one?
What I know is Montego Bay is a friendly city.
And the fastest growing.
That I can see.
But as a one slogan, the friendly city. And people in Montego Bay, I noticed even before it became known as friendly city, are very easy to socialize and to welcome people. Whether it's not just our white people or foreign people, but go on, you get on and you gradually get to know one another and so on. But each community has a character and a personality, and this is what predisposes many communities and many individuals to success. Here, I was mentioned earlier. It is frequently said that emotional intelligence is exhibited to a higher degree in business people and other successful people, meaning that you associate with people whether you like them or not. And after this association is successful, you start to like them. They put first things first. Yeah, man. What is next for Craig Paul?
Oh, well, we're doing some investments right now between Latin America, in Peru specifically. Peru. So we just sold our first joint service ever to the government of Jamaica, SLB, with my Peruvian agency over there here, which I'm so proud of. So we're going to be, redesigning some of the logos for the Student Loan Bureau. And that's been over a year in the making. And I was just talking to one of a business person here, Kirk Hamilton's partner from Novamed, David Walcott. And I said to him, bro, a lot of these people, they're not, when you're doing exports for the first time, it takes a long time. I've been putting work for a long, and now we're finally able to